Ah, shit. Here we go again.
So I'm on the yard, and my little homie Petey come up to me with this dude behind him, and he like, "Hey, Donta, man, this my partner right here, and he want to holler at you. His name is BK." I said, "What's up?" So dude stepped up. He like, "What up, cuz?" I said, "What's up?" He like, "Shoot, man, I'm trying to get out. I'm trying to get out with y'all." I'm like, okay. He like, look, man, I done put in so much work all across this state and shoot on the streets, man. I'm good. I'm good, cuz. I'm like, okay. I said, walk with me. I'm like, so where you from? He like, man, shit, I'm from everywhere. I'm from everywhere. Let me put a pause right there right quick, y'all. Whenever you ask somebody where they from and they can't directly tell you where they from, either they not good or where they really from, they a snitch, they a rat, something ain't right in that situation, because everybody is from somewhere. So if you can't directly pinpoint where you from, and especially type of energy you bringing, yeah, something gotta be wrong there. So anyway, I'm like, okay, you from everywhere, huh? He like, yeah. I said, so I mean, why you want to get on with us? He was like, because, I just like the way y'all program, man. The little homie Petey told me that y'all just be running down on cats. Y'all be getting y'all bread, and y'all some stand-up dudes, man. And I want in. I want in, cuz. I'm like, well, I don't know if this really gonna work, because, you know, you a Crip, and you know I got a couple homies that's Bloods. So he was like, man, I don't give a fuck about that, cuz. Man, when it comes to that money, cuz, I put that shit to the side, cuz. I'm like, all right. And in my head, I'm thinking to myself, like, man, T don't even talk like this, man. If this dude say cuz one more time, I headbutt this fool. Right? So I'm like, all right, man, I'm gonna put you with a couple of homies and see how you get out. So he like, all right, bet, cuz. So he walk off. So my homeboys run up on me like, hey, what's up? Who was that dude? I'm like, he said he wanted to get out with us, and I didn't get his name. And I said, wait. No, I think his name BK. I think so. Homicide, which is a Blood, was like BK. That means blood killer. I said, oh. I said, well, I told him, like, you know, I got some homies that's Bloods, and he was like, he don't care about that. So Homicide was like, yeah, all right. That ain't bull. Now, let me explain something to y'all. For some reason, these gang members, whether you a Crip or whether you a Blood, especially the Bloods, the ones that's just burnt out and just really on that, will not say anything with a C. So Homicide would say, that ain't bull, which means that's not cool, right? Or he'll say, what's bracking, instead of saying what's cracking. You know what I'm saying? He'd say Bompton instead of Compton. So anyway, he like, man, that ain't bull, man. Hey, man. Hey, I'm just saying, D. I said, listen, man, I'm gonna keep him away from you. I'm gonna have him with Al and T, and we just gonna, you know, I'm gonna have him go on a couple mitts and see how he work out, and you know, either he work out or he don't. So me and Al get to walking, right? So Al like, so what do you know about this dude? I said, well, Petey brought him to me, and I honestly don't know nothing about him. He like, well, you want me to run the background check? I said, yeah. So Al dip off, and you know, he go talk to whoever he go talk to. He got a little connect in administration, right? He used to knock off this old lady, this old secretary. Lady was like 63, 63, 64 years old. She was a freak though, right? And Al used to knock her off, and she'd give him information and stuff like that. So he go dip off or whatever. So I go back to the unit, and I'm just in there chilling, right? So I get a knock at the door. I'm like, what's up? He like, hey, cuz, what up? Hey, can I holler at you right quick, cuz? I'm like, yeah, what's up? He like, man, cuz, I'm ready to put in some work, cuz. I'm like, he like, cuz, man, come on, man, I'm itching to catch a body, cuz. So I lift up, I say, hold on, man. No, we ain't doing that. He was like, man, I'm just saying, man, I catch a body, cuz, for real, like right now for you, cuz, for real. I live and die for this, cuz. I'm like, all right, man. Hey, y'all, for the sake of this video, because I'm getting irritated, I'm not going to say cuz no more because it's throwing me off, okay? So I apologize. Well, since we here, y'all, let me give a special shout out to everybody that be hitting the like button, sharing the video, and participating in the comment section, okay? I appreciate y'all. And I want to give a special thanks to the people that be blessing the Cash App. Make sure y'all check out my Amazon wish list card, okay? It's pinned at the top of the comment section. And with that, let's continue. So anyway, he like, cuz, man, I'm ready to put in some work, cuz, for real. So I'm like, listen, man, just hold on. He like, you got anything for me, cuz? Anything. I mean, anything, cuz. I'll go do that right now for you, cuz. I'm like, look, hold on. I said, give me a minute. Let me think. So there was this dude named Terry that owed me like 3 bags of coffee. But I really wasn't tripping on that because he does pay. Sometimes he don't got it, and I just add an extra bag on the next week or whatever. So I was like, you know what? Let me see how this. I said, yeah, matter of fact, there's a dude in cell 5 right down that way. He owed me 5 bags of coffee. Before I could say go get that, he took off running, right? So I walk out the cell, and he done ran up in Terry's cell like, hey, cuz, get that shit up, cuz, get that coffee up, man. You ain't gonna be playing my homie Donta like that. Get that coffee up, cuz. I'm talking about real aggressive, y'all. This dude was crazy aggressive. So Terry like, wait, Mo, I got, hold on, man, me and D worked something out. He like, cuz, I ain't trying to hit at you, cuz. Man, go get that before I punch on you, cuz. Go get that right now before I punch on you, cuz. So Terry like, wait a minute. I got you. Oh, here you go, man. So he like, all right, cuz. And he walk out the cell. So I hurry up and dip back in the cell and get on the bed, right? And he come in there and he set the bags of coffee right there on the table. He like, I told you, cuz, I'm built for this, cuz. This what I do, cuz. Put me to work, cuz. This is what I do, right? So I said, you know what? Take you a bag of coffee. Go chill out. Go chill out. I got you. He like, I'm telling you, cuz, I got you. So then he walk out. About 5 minutes to go by, Al come in the cell. He say, Donta, we got to go hit the yard right now. I'm like, what's up? He said, come on, I mean, right now. So I'm walking, and I'm walking with a sense of urgency. So BK pop up, and he like, wait, what's up, y'all? Wait, something about to happen? We about to get out? I said, no, hold on, man. Me and Al finna go chop it up right here. He like, okay, you don't need for me to be security or nothing? I'm like, no, just kick back, man, kick back. He like, all right, cuz, I'm here. So we walk out, right, and Al just had this look on his face. So I'm like, what's up, Al? And he ain't saying nothing. So as soon as we hit the yard, he like, D, man, this dude got some crazy allegations on him. I'm like, what? He said, man, dude, this dude, I don't think he is who he say he is. I'm like, what you mean he ain't afraid of who he say he is? He was like, well, I just found out this dude real name. And I'm like, okay, what's his name? He said this dude name is Eddie Van Buren. I said, what? He said his name is Eddie Van Buren. I'm like, what type of name is that? I said, okay, what's up? He like, man, this dude ain't no good, man. This dude not even no Crip. I said, hold on, man. What you mean this dude ain't no Crip? He like, man, he ain't no Crip, man. Like, man, you know my connect. She let me know. She pulled up his file, man. This dude ain't no damn Crip, man. This dude, man. I looked at this file, man. This dude file is long, and he ain't no damn Crip. In fact, he got all type of allegations on his name, but he ain't never been convicted. I'm like, what you mean allegations? You talking about like some kid stuff? He like, no, man, no, it's, man, this dude got homosexual allegations against him. I'm like, what you mean? And then, but I'm really still stuck on of Al telling me this dude ain't no Crip. I said, what you mean? He like, man, this dude. I said, hold on, Al. This gotta be the wrong person, cause this dude is a Crip. He got to be a Crip, cause this dude keeps saying "cuz" everything that keep coming out of his mouth. He like, well, he got in his jail file. He got these write-ups of him messing with some punks. So I'm like, oh, no. That's, not BK. He like, man, Donta, you don't even know dude like that, man. So, hey, man, should I go holler at him about this? I said, no, I'm a go holler at him. He like, all right, man, that's, yeah, man, he ain't who he say he is, bro. He ain't. I'm like, well, I'm finna go holler at him, right? So I go back in the unit. He over here talking to these younger dudes, all this, trying to recruit them to be Crips or whatever. So I'm like, hey, BK, let me holler at you right quick. He like, oh, one sec. Then he did some gang. I guess he was locking the C's with these guys or whatever. I don't know what it was like. I don't know, some handshake or whatever. So he walked. He like, okay, what up, cuz? I said, come to the cell with me right quick. So we go to the cell. I said, what's your name, man? He was like, BK, blood killer. I said, yeah, I know that, but what's your name? He was like, well, why you want to know that? I'm like, because I need to know that if you gonna, be down with our crew. He was like, man, my name Eddie, man. I said, your name Eddie? He was like, yeah. I said, what's your last name? He was like, nah, man, I don't really want to tell you that. I said, listen, check this out, man. Anybody that's a part of my crew, I got to know everything about them, man. So what is your name? He was like, man, it's Ben Buren, man. Ben Buren. I said, that's what I thought. The way he looked at me, y'all, he looked like a sad puppy. He said, well, what you hear about me? I said, what's these allegations that's in your prison profile? He was like, hold on, cuz, what you mean how did you figure that? Who told you that? Who told you that? I said, nah, I said, ain't nobody tell me nothing, but what's these allegations in your profile? He like, man, what allegations? I said, listen, man, stop playing, man. What is these allegations in your profile? He was like, man, look. Okay, look. In the free world, I went to barber college, and I was cutting hair, and I learned how to braid hair. So, the last couple prisons I was at, I was braiding hair, and it wasn't nothing. Like I don't see the problem. So I'm like, I don't see no problem in that neither. But why do that matter? He was like, because, man, like, look, so in the other prison, I was braiding hair, and I kept getting write-ups because I was braiding dudes' hair, and they was like, yo, you can't be braiding dudes' hair up here. You know how the COs is. So I'm like, but that's not a reason for them to, give you like sexual assault allegations. He was like, yeah, that's what I'm saying though, cuz. That's what I'm saying. They were saying because, the guy would be sitting in between my legs or whatever while braiding the hair. They'd say that's like a sexual assault thing. But, man, I ain't about none of that, man. I ain't even like that, cuz. Let's put a pause right there, y'all. Do y'all think, and I really want y'all to think about this question, okay? Do y'all think that is suspect, very suspicious, if a man is braiding another man's hair and he's sitting in between his legs? Now, me, I'm not going for it. If I had hair, I'm not sitting in between no man's legs. I probably won't even be getting my hair done. Yes, true enough. Yes, I do go to the barber. Yes, I do. But I'm not all up in between nobody's legs. You feel me? So that's the question of the day. Do y'all think it's zesty? Do y'all think it's suspect? Do y'all think it's weird for a man to be sitting in between the legs of another man while getting his hair braided? Let me know in the comment section. Let's get back to the story. And if y'all haven't hit the like button, make sure y'all punish that like button. All right? And remember, y'all, leave me a tip if y'all feeling generous. Let's get back to the story. So I'm like, well, I mean, it ain't, I don't know, bro, but you know, when you file, it just say you got these allegations, and somebody told me that you wasn't a Crip. When I said that, y'all, this dude turned from meek, explaining himself, to going on. He was like, what? Hold on, cuz. Who said that, cuz? I promised to God, I'll cook him right now. He really was saying Biden, but he can't say the B word because he a Crip. I'll cook him, cuz, right now. I'll cook him, cuz, right now. Who said that? Who said I want no Crip? Who said I want no Crip? Out of nowhere, y'all, Al came out of nowhere and was like, I said it. I said it. You ain't no motherfucking Crip, man. You ain't no motherfucking Crip. So, listen, y'all, I don't know how long Al was standing outside the cell, but I guess Al got tired of the bullshit and called him out on it. He was like, I said it. You ain't no motherfucking Crip. You a motherfucking punk. He like, hold on, cuz. Who told you that, cuz? Now his demeanor is toning down because it's like, I guess Al done based up on him. He kind of like receded. Now he's talking like, man, who told you that, cuz? Cuz I am a Crip. And Al was like, you ain't no motherfucking Crip. You a punk. You a punk, right? So I guess he looking at me now, BK looking at me, right? And he like, now he like, man, you ain't gonna be too many punks. I ain't gonna be too many punk, cuz. And Al was like, you is a punk, man. You is a punk, man. I've seen your file. You ain't no Crip, man. You a punk, right? So he was like, man, I ain't gonna be too many punk, cuz. I ain't gonna be too many punk, cuz. So Al was like, what? So he was like, man, watch out. And he snuffed Al, like, bow. He fired on Al. Boom. Right? So then I jumped up and I got the firing on him, right? So we whooping them out in there. We whooping them out in the cell, putting them bombs on them, right? Bombing on them, right? Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. So now he on the ground, boiled up, and we hitting him hard. Bow, bow, boom, right? So this older dude that we call G came by and said like, hey, y'all, chill out, man. The guard's looking up this way. Y'all chill, right? So we stopped. And he got up and he ran out the cell. Listen, y'all, this dude got up and took off 1,000,000 miles per hour down them stairs and got the banging on the control booth. Boom, boom. Help me. Help. They trying to take my life. He really says something else, but you two don't like to say the K word. Help me. They trying to take my life. Help me, please. Help, please. Open the door. Open the door. Help. So they opened the door and he ran in, right? So Al leave out because we already know they about to come in here. They about to shake us down. They finna lock us up the whole nine. So Al go to his cell. He go get rid of his knives and whatever he got up in there. And I take my knives or whatever and I get them up out the cell. We go hand it to this dude named Lee. Right, Lee was this dude that used to hold us down when we had the shakedowns or whatever. So we get rid of our stuff. We give it to Lee, right? About 10 minutes go by, here they come. Come on now, Dante. Let's go, Al. Let's go. Come on. We already know what time it is, whatever. So we go downstairs, we get cuffed up, and off to the hole we go. So the captain coming there, they got me and Al in the 2-man cell in the hole. So the captain coming there like, yo, what's going on, man? What was that all about? And we like, what about? It was like, come on, y'all jumped the guy, man. What was that all about? I said, well, I mean, I don't know what that was. I don't know what you're talking about. But I mean, if this was in my cell, then what was the dude doing in my cell? Because y'all wasn't about to admit to us jumping them. Of course not. But I just gave, the captain some information enough to like, yo, why was this dude in my cell? If he did get jumped, why was he even in my cell? Right, so the captain like, so y'all ain't want to get no statement. Nope. Well, y'all actually got 30 days in the hole. If you enjoyed this story time, make sure you leave me a tip. Also, if you forgot to hit the like button, make sure y'all smash that like button and share this video and hype the video. Make sure y'all check out my Amazon wish list. I got some items in there that I need purchased. So y'all make sure y'all look out for y'all big partner. If you can't get enough of these stories, I made another channel. I'm going to have that link pinned at the top of the comment section too and in the description. Until next time, take care. Before we start this story time, I need to give a special shout out to Angelique, Jasmine, and Tammy. Thank y'all for purchasing items out of my Amazon registry. I appreciate y'all so much. If you would like to bless your big partner Donta with a gift from his Amazon registry, it'll be pinned at the top of the comment section. Sometimes it'll be the people that's real close to you that'll do it to you. Sometimes it'll be your day ones. Drake said it best. He said, never give out what you need right back, because now that debt just turned into a murder.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
If you owe a man something, pay that man. If you borrow something from a man, pay that man back. Because you don't know what a man is going through. You don't know what burdens this man got going on. Sometimes cats give you their last. And well, when you decide to borrow from a man and he done gave you his last, and you done told him, gave you his word, your word, that you was going to pay him back, and you don't, well, this is how we get to this story right here. So dude, we gonna say this dude named Joe. Joe go to this dude named Marcus. Joe like, hey Marcus, not they know each other. They've been friends for 10 years. Joe like, hey Marcus, it's the holiday season, bruh. And, I'm kind of short on a couple of bills. You think you can help a brother out? Marcus like, listen, bruh, my rent is due in 8 days. I'ma need it back. How much you need? Oh man, so maybe about 300. 300? Yeah, bro. Yeah, 300. Joe. I need my money, Joe. I got you. I got you. All right. Hey, listen. Here go the money. I need my money. Rent due is in 8 days. All right. I got you, bro. I got you. All right. One love. Before we go on with this story, Drake said this. He said, never give what you need right back. I'm going to say that one more time. Never give what you need right back. Let's fast forward to 6 days later. Ring, 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 ring. Ring, 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 ring. No answer. This is Marcus calling Joe to remind him like, yo, I need my money. Ring, 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 ring. Forward to voicemail. All right. Okay. He got 2 days. He got 2 more days. Okay. Next day. Ring, 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 ring. Calling him throughout the day. No answer. Marcus like, man, you know what? I promise to God, man, if this dude don't give me my money, man, if he don't give me my money, okay. So the day that rent is due, ring, 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 ring. You reach the voicemail of Joe. Leave a message. I'll get back with you. Hey, man, answer the phone, man. Hey, I need my money, man. What happens? No call back. He like, you know what? I got him. So Marcus get in his car and he go over to Joe's house, banging on the door. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Joe mama come to the door. Oh, nice little sweet church going lady. It's a Sunday, y'all. So you know she got the big old, y'all know at the Kojic churches, the ladies with the big old hat. You know, Donta sitting maybe in the third row and I can't see the pastor. I'm like this. Cause the ladies with the big hats doing all this and blocking Donta view, you know, them type of ladies with the big hat. She come to the door. We could call her, what? Mother Esther, okay? Matter of fact, in the comment section, let me know. We're gonna play a game right quick. In the comment section, give me church lady's name. I'm gonna start it off. I'm gonna say Mother Pearl. And then you will say like Mother Esther. And we're just gonna keep it going. So in the comment section, I want y'all to put the church ladies' names in the comment section for me. So she like, hey Marcus, what's going on, baby? He like, hey, Miss Joe, is Joe in there? She like, oh yeah, he upstairs sleeping. You want me to go get him, baby? He like, no, it's okay, Mother Joe. I'm gonna go up there and I'm gonna go talk to him. She said, okay, baby. Oh, why you ain't going to church? He like, I gotta work. I just gotta go holler at Joe right quick. She said, okay, you want a peppermint, baby? How can you turn an old lady away like that? He take the peppermint. He like, thank you, Miss Joe. She's like, okay, baby, I'll see you later. Okay. So then he go upstairs. Joe's sleeping good. But I'm finna tell y'all something that's real crazy. Not only Joe is sleeping good, but Joe got how can I say this without being offensive? Joe got a lady of the night laying right next to him. He paid for that. Not only did he pay for that, Marcus is right here looking on his dresser and he see cigarillos, paraphernalia of, y'all know what I'm talking about. You know, he got a couple dollars to spray, a couple dollar bills right here. He got Red Lobster right there, old takeout, but it's fresh takeout. So in Marcus' mind, he like, so you got money for a lady of the night. You got money to drink good, eat good, and smoke good on my dime. This is what he's thinking in his head. And you not answering the phone? So he go over there and snatch the cover off of Joe. Hey, get up. He like, man, what you doing, bro? Man, I need my money, man. Man, bro, man, I got you. No, I don't want to hear that I got you. Why you ain't been answering the phone, man? I've been calling you for the last 3 or 4 days, man. I told you I need my money. Man, bro, yo, chill, man, chill. I'm gonna get it. No, man, get up, man. I need my money right now, man. Where's it at? So he turned around and started going through his drawers. Joe like, man, Marcus, chill, man, chill. I'm gonna give you the money. Just chill. Give me a couple days. What? What you mean a couple days? I ain't got it, bro. What do you mean you ain't got it? I told you I needed my money, man. That was my rent money. I need my money. Man, get up, man. I need my money. So the lady of the night waking up, she's like, what is going on? He like, man, hey, man, hold on. Whatever. How much money did he pay you? Because I'm going to need that. She like, I'm not giving you nothing. He like, man, I'm going to need that, man. Whatever he gave you, I need that. And Joe like, man, you need to chill, bro. You need to chill. He like, no, I'm not chilling, man. I knew I should have never gave you that money, man. I need my money, dog. I need my money right now. I need my bread right now. He like, dog, you better calm down. He like, what you mean I need to calm down? He like, dog, I said calm down. Marcus was like, what? I need to what? Boom, boom. So they get the rumbling right there in the bedroom. The lady of the night get the screaming, and she grab her clothes and she run out of there. So they're in there throwing down, bam, 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 boom. They going at it. It's like an even match. Next thing you know, Joe goes under the bed and grab a piece of steel and let a couple of them off. Boom, boom, boom. Now, when he let a couple of them off, he's aiming at Marcus. And Marcus just instantly, fight or flight kicks in. And he takes off, running. But Joe, he mad. Joe is seeing red. And Joe steady letting them shots off. Boom, boom, boom. This is Marcus getting hit. So then Marcus, he fall towards these stairs. And Joe standing over him. Like, I told you I was going to give you your money. I told you I was going to give you your money, man. Look what you made me do. Look what you made me do, man. Look what you made me do, bro. Look what you boom, 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 boom. Marcus like, oh, bro, over some money, bro. You gon' kill me over some money, bro, that you owe me? Oh. Right in that moment, Marcus gave up the ghost. You cats out there that's always taking and never giving. A day is going to come. A day is going to come when somebody tell you no because you always asking for something, and when they tell you no, you gonna felt like they did you wrong. There's people out there, you can tell them yes, 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 every time. The moment you tell somebody no, they act like you wronged them. Like you forget all the other 100 yeses, and you just focus on this no. Like I'm the bad guy. If you owe a man, pay that man. Pay him. If you know dang well that you had no intentions of paying this man back, even he told you that he need his bread back in 7 to 8 days because you came to him so humble. Oh, please, Marcus, please. I need this money, Marcus. Marcus is such a good friend of yours that Marcus didn't even ask what you even needed for. He just seen his homeboy, his friend, his Judas by the name of Joe. I just need it, bro. And he gave it to you and put that condition that, yo, bro, I need that bread back. I gotta pay my rent. I'm about to tell y'all something. I didn't want to put it in this video, but I'm gonna go ahead and put it in this video. Y'all know Judas, right? That was walking with Jesus. Jesus had 12 disciples that walked with him. These 12 disciples, and I'm focusing on Judas. Judas was with Jesus when Jesus fed the 5,000 people with the fish and the bread. He seen that miracle happen where he multiplied the fish and the bread and fed the 5,000 people. So this is Judas seeing the Son of God do this.
Judas also witnessed the Son of God in the flesh walk on water. He seen Paul that was called off the boat when Jesus said, come here. And it speaks about how Paul thought he was a ghost. Or was it John? It was John or Paul, one of the disciples. Jesus said, come here. And he thought it was a ghost. And when he got off the boat, he got to walking towards him. And he started losing faith because he stopped looking at Jesus. And he began to seek, and then Jesus grabbed him. Judas was still on the boat, and he seen this happen. Judas was on the boat. I'm going somewhere with this, y'all. Hold up. Judas was on the boat when the storm was rocking the boat, and they thought they was going to die, and they went in there and said, Jesus, wake up, man. How you going to sleep through this? Can you please do something about this? And he said, y'all have little faith, man. And he spoke to the storm and told the storm to cease and chill out. And they listened to him. Judas was there when they got off the boat, and two demon-possessed men approached them. And Jesus cast them out right in front of Judas' eyes. This is the Son of God in the flesh that was with Judas. Judas was right there with him and witnessed all this. And what did he do? He betrayed him for 30 pieces of silver. He put a price on the Son of God. He put a price on his life. Gave him a kiss. The Roman soldiers didn't know who was Jesus. They couldn't identify him. But Judas told them, the one that I kiss is the one that is Jesus. So he kissed them. And they seized him. And Paul or John grabbed one of the Roman soldiers' sword and cut the dude's ear off. Cut his ear off. Bam. And Jesus said, no, we ain't gonna do that. If you live by the sword, you die by the sword. And I'm going somewhere with this, y'all. So he picked up the ear of the Roman soldier, ear that got cut off, and put it back. And Judas seen this too. He put the ear back on the Roman soldier's face, on his head, and it was healed. Despite all that, Jesus was betrayed by a friend over some money, over some bread. I tell y'all all the time that the Holy Scripture says that my people are destroyed due to lack of knowledge. At the end of this video, y'all, I need for y'all to really tap in. Tap in. Tap into these promotional videos that's at the end. This can get you out of poverty. This can get you out of your financial burdens. This might not be for everybody, but it might be for somebody that's out there. I'm just putting it out there. I got ebooks for free. You just pay for the shipping and handling. The books is free. You just pay for the shipping and handling. Get some education. Educate yourself. These people that I'm promoting on this platform at the end of the video, I'm telling y'all, this is how you get out of poverty. With that, y'all, this is the Donta Show Network. If you want to continue to support the Donta Show Network, y'all know where the Cash App is at. It's in the description. Y'all know where the PayPal is at. It's in the description. Somebody gonna say, oh, there go Donta, go big, and then again, he rocked. The Holy Scripture says that if a man don't work, which I am working right now, a man don't eat. So I can't eat, but I can work, but I can't eat. I can't get my wages. I can't get my apples and oranges. And again, y'all, I know it's 2023 and it's hard out here, but I know this, at minimum, because I don't care if it's just $1 versus $10,000. The reason why I always say that, because y'all remember, it goes back to the scriptures. When Jesus and the disciples was there in Jerusalem at the temple, and people was giving wealth and money, donating, right, to the temple. And he said, look at the woman right there. She had the equivalency, let me see. She had the equivalency of 2 shekels, right? And when she put that in there, that was all she had. That's all she had left to her name. And she gave it. Jesus said, see that woman? She gave more than anybody else. You see that rich man is putting, and there's nothing wrong with putting in so much that you got because you have abundance. But the reason why I'm saying is, even if you put $1 in there, it still goes a long way, because you took the time out and said, you know what? Let me support that brother. I like what he's doing. Let me give him an apple or an orange. I know it's just $1. It might be just $1 to you, but it goes a long way because you took the time out to say, you know what? I got him. I got him. It's all much appreciated. And at minimum, like I said, I know it's hard out here. At minimum, at least, you can hit that like button and share the video. That's minimum.
Oh shit. Here we go again.
If you enjoyed this story time, make sure you leave me a tip. Also, if you forgot to hit the like button, make sure y'all smash that like button and share this video and hype the video. Make sure y'all check out my Amazon wish list. I got some items in there that I need purchased. So y'all make sure y'all look out for y'all big partner. If you can't get enough of these stories, I made another channel. I'm gonna have that link pinned at the top of the comment section too, and in the description. Until next time, take care.
And Joe come behind him like, bam, boom, bam, bam.
So Officer Robo like, oh, please, stop, you knocked my teeth out. I'm sorry. Right? I'm like, man, fuck that, man, hit him, kill him, Joe, kill him.
Oh shit. Here we go again. Oh shit. Here we go again.
Before we start this story time, I need to give a special shout out to Angelique, Jasmine, and Tammy. Thank y'all for purchasing items out of my Amazon registry. I appreciate y'all so much. If you would like to bless your big partner Donta with a gift from his Amazon registry, it'll be pinned at the top of the comment section. This prison story is about an officer that got his teeth knocked out his mouth because he was disrespecting the unit radio. And the unit radio was this guy that could sing really good. Do y'all remember back in the day, I'm going to say maybe the mid-90s, early 2000s, it was something on the radio called like Night Jams or something. I believe maybe 8, 9 o'clock at night, it'd have like these slow jams that come on at night. Well, there was this guy by the name of Joe Campbell that was locked up with us, and this dude could sing. Now, he wasn't no R. Kelly or no Luther Vandross or nothing like that, but he was all right. So before we go into lockdown, dudes would pay him to sing, right? Now, I get it. This prison. And y'all like, what? Man, what the dude in here singing? Yeah, we needed some type of entertainment. Now, hold on. Before y'all try to go with the gay stuff, no, Joe Campbell wasn't gay or anything. This was just his prison hustle. He would just sing all night to us. And I know it sound weird. I know, but come on, y'all. Be grown. Be mature. All right? It ain't no different from when y'all listening to the radio and y'all going to sleep. It's just we in prison, and that's the only entertainment we got. So anyway, we would pay this guy, Joe, 5 honey buns, a couple of ramen noodles or whatever, a couple of sodas, Jolly Ranchers, wherever he wanted. He had sing to us for about 3 to 4 hours that night. So he had started probably around like maybe 8 p.m. and end it around midnight or something like that. Unless somebody had more special requests going on or whatever. But anyway, before we go any further, I need for y'all to do me a favor right quick. Number one, make sure y'all smash that like button. That's an automatic. Make sure y'all share the video. And let's get the question of the day out. Who was better? Now think about this, y'all. Who was better, Prince or Michael Jackson? Let me know in the comment section. I'm going to tell y'all mine. I'm going with Michael because I never really liked none of Prince music. I didn't understand it. I didn't get it. It was weird to me. But Michael, I'm giving it to Michael. But y'all let me know how y'all feel about that. Prince or Michael? Let's get back to the story. So it was this officer that we call Officer Robo, right? Because this dude, he just always was just in everybody's business. I'm talking about he always, and on the low, I think he was kind of, y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm going to tell you why. Because he always was searching dudes, like every time, just like he just lived to search dude. Donta, get against the wall, spread him. Knowing I ain't got nothing. He touch you in places that you don't supposed to be touched at, but you really can't do nothing about it or crash out on him. Then you go to the hole and catch another charge, right? So he'd touch on you or whatever. Be like, man, come on, man. God damn, you know I ain't got nothing. All right, whatever, inmate. He would just always check the people, going to people's cells, just going through people's stuff, just being disrespectful, right? So he usually worked Monday through Friday, and he didn't work on the weekends, right? Which thank God, because the officers that worked on the weekend, they'd be real lenient with us. You know, we normally supposed to lock down probably around 10 p.m., but they'd let us rock out to like 1 o'clock in the morning outside of our cells, right? So Saturday come, and normally it's this dude named Officer Tim that be on the weekend shift that be, you know, letting us rock out, whatever. But he didn't show up. So we looking like, well, who gonna, you know, be holding down Saturday shift, whatever. And then here he go, Officer Robo. He come in. He like, yeah, I already heard about how y'all be getting down on the weekend. I ain't going for that, man. Y'all locking down at 9 o'clock, period, right? Don't argue with him, y'all, because we already know he's so quick to write somebody up and you get your visit taken away or your phone privileges. So ain't nobody really arguing. People grumbling, right? But that's what he want us to do. He want us to book. He want us to act a fool on him, right? So but ain't nobody paying him no attention. So it's like 7:50 at this time. And like I said, lockdown is at 9 o'clock normally. So everybody doing what they doing, whatever. He ain't really tripping. He's sitting at the desk. He's not in the bubble. He's out there at the desk with his feet up on the desk, just looking at everybody, right? So everybody, you know, they just doing their ones and twos or whatever. And I go to the dude, Joe, the senior, right? So I'm like, hey, what up, Joe? He like, what's up, GT? I said, listen, man, I got a playlist for you. And I give you 5 bags of coffee and 2 bags of Jolly Ranchers. It's just 5 songs. He like, all right, I bet, right? So I go back to my cell and I go get the playlist, whatever, right? So other dudes coming to him with their playlist, whatever, giving him the commissary, whatever. Cool. Now we gonna fast forward to lockdown. All right, y'all, it's lockdown. Come on, let's go. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Come on, let's go. Right? So everybody like moving slow, dragging their feet. He getting up. We talking about Officer Robo. Come on, y'all. Let's go, man. Y'all got to go lock in, man. Come on, man. Come on, let's go. Right? So dudes getting up, moving slow. Everybody finally in lockup, right? We all in our rooms, you know, doing our thing, whatever. So I'm like, hey, Joe, you gonna crack it? You gonna crack it? right? He like, yeah, I'm about to in a minute, DT. I'm brushing my teeth right quick. I'm brushing my teeth. I'm finna get to it, boss. So I'm like, all right. So I go lay down, right? Now, I pull my phone out and I start playing. Y'all remember that game, Tetris? Yeah, that game was that game, Tetris, and it was just one ping pong game that was on my phone. Them only two games that was on the phones back then. So that's to let y'all know how old and how long ago this was, whatever. So I'm laid out on my bed or whatever. I ain't got no celly at this time. So I'm laid down there and I'm just on my phone playing Tetris, right? So I'm like, hey, Joe, what up, man? Come on, man. Come on, start it. He like, all right, hold on, D. I got you. I got you. So he was like, all right, 1, 2, 3, go. And baby, you know that I would do anything and everything for you. Oh, yeah. 'Cause I lose all self-control. 'Cause I don't understand and I don't went to you. How can I go? There you go, there you go, there you go, there you go, and here I go. So he's singing. Now, he didn't sound like that. I know I sound better, right? Wait. Look, I can see it right now in the comment section. I know I'm going to have some haters in the comment section. They're like, oh, come on, Donta. So y'all mean to tell me I can't hit that note? 'Cause I lose all self-control. Come on, man. Y'all hit that like button. Come on, y'all already know. Anyway, y'all. So he's singing, right? And Officer Robo like, hey, man, who is that? Cut that shit out, man. Cut that shit out. So I get up on it. I'm like, oh. I'm like, hey, man, chill, man. I paid for that. So Officer Robo like, who that? Who said that? I said, it's me, Donta, man. He like, man, I don't give a what you paid for, man. I don't want to hear that singing, man. What y'all think this is? This ain't the Apollo, man. So I'm like, hey, man, won't you chill? He like, you chill before you go to the motherfucking hole or catch a write up. So I'm like, man, all right, man. So I lay back down. So dudes start yelling out to say, sell, because they done paid Joe all this commissary to sing for the night, whatever. And Officer Robo, you know what I'm saying, he cock blocking, he hating. Right, so dude's like, hey man, we paid for him to sing tonight. So Officer Robo like, man, I don't give a what y'all paid for, man. This jail, this ain't no motherfucking Apollo, man. You take y'all motherfucking ass to bed. He talking to us grown men. We convicts, we killers up in here, man. And he talking to us like we his little infant kids or something. Right, so dude just started screaming at him like, hey man, you ain't even supposed to be here, motherfucker, man. What the fuck you mean? What the fuck you mean go to bed like we some kids or something, right? So he like, hey, y'all better chill out, right? So we all screaming on him or whatever. So dude's like, man, Joe, man, go ahead. Go ahead and see, man. Fuck him, dog. Fuck him. So Joe start back up. Sail away in a perfect place. Visions of your smile will always remain, still alone in the perfect place. Oh, baby, we go on. Oh, long as I live, my first love, and I owe that to you. Here we go. I had a coated Valentine, visit of you when you were mine. Okay, y'all. So again, so he like, hey, hey man, stop that singing. Stop that motherfucking singing, man. I told y'all, stop. Who doing that? Who is doing that singing? So we got to yelling on him, man, shut the fuck up, Officer Robo. Why you keep trying to ruin what we got going on? Man, fuck you, Officer Robo. Fuck you, man. I hope you die, you punk motherfucker, right? So we screaming on him. So he's screaming back. He like, all right, bet. Bet it up. Since you motherfuckers don't want to go to sleep and y'all keep singing, all right, bet. I'm going to cut the motherfucking water off on you. Cause I'm going to cut the water off. So we hollering. We all up on the bars, right? Like, man, fuck you, Officer Robo. Fuck you, man. You miserable B. You miserable punk motherfucker. You punk motherfucking all that, right? We are doing verbal destruction back and forth to Officer Robo, right? So he like, all right, bet. Bet it up. Sing one more time. Sing one more time. I don't give a who it is. I'm cutting the motherfucking water off. That's the last thing I'm going to say. That's my bottom line. Right? So we like, man, fuck you, man. Right? Oh, he sit back down at the desk, right? So I'm like, hey, Joe. Because Joe, he was like the cell right next to me. So I wasn't saying it loud enough so Officer Robo can know who it is. I'm like, hey, Joe, you good. Man, you good. He like, yeah, man. This dude, man, I hate this motherfucker, man. This singing shit is really therapy for me. I mean, it's cool that y'all look out for me on the commissary, but man, this therapy really get me through my nights, bruh. I'm like, yeah, man, this, man, I hate this motherfucker, right? So I'm like, all right, man, I'm about to just go ahead and go to sleep, right? So he like, all right, D. So about 5 minutes go by. He like, yep, Joe, that's you, yep, yep, you about to lock it up. You about to lock it up right now? Yep, let's go, yep, here I come. So we like, man, shut up, Officer Robo, shut the fuck up. He like, nope, yep, let's go, here I come, yep, here I go. So he coming up the stairs, and he go to Joe, he go to Joe Campbell's cell and unlock it. And he like, let's go. Joe like, man, chill out, man. He like, no, hell no. Come on, lock it up. Put your hands behind your back. You about to go to the hole tonight. I already told you to cut that singing shit out, and you want to stop. Come on, let's go. We like, man, leave him alone, Nick. Leave him alone, right? So he like, come on, let's cuff up. So I don't know exactly when Joe did this, but Joe ended up having an apple in the sock, and all you hear was bam, boom, bam, right? And Officer Robo come flying out the cell. Now, the way that he ran out the cell, he had to run past my cell, right? So he run and he fall in front of my cell. This dude got a big lump on the right side of his eye and two of his teeth missing. And Joe come behind him like, bam, boom, bam, wow, boom. He whooping him out, right? And Officer Robo like, stop hitting me, please. Pop, boom, boom, bam. So Officer Robo like, oh, please, stop, you knocked my teeth out. I'm sorry, right? I'm like, man, fuck that, man, hit him, kill him, Joe, kill him. He like, oh, please stop hitting me. Joe hit him like, bow, boom. He like, oh, please, I got grandkids, please stop, please. I'm like, man, fuck this, kill him, Joe, kill him. Right, so I guess with all this hollering and all this screaming, I guess his teammate, the other officer, hear all this from the other unit. I guess Officer Robo was screaming at the top of his lungs, please, I got grandkids, don't kill me. I'm like, man, kill that bitch, man, kill him. Right, so Joe wailing on him, right? So like I said, I guess the other guard hears this and he calls the code and he run in there, and Joe just put his hands up. He put his hands right up. He dropped the sock and he dropped the apple. Well, the apple and the sock. He dropped both of them and he put his hands up and he get down on both of his knees and lace his fingers because he already know what time it is, right? So they come in there, and surprisingly, they didn't even jack him up. They didn't jack him up at all. They grabbed him, handcuffed him, and took him on to the hole. And then they grabbed the officer. Well, they basically grabbed him at the same time. They walked him out, right? We didn't see Joe no more after that. The last I heard, they sent him up north, and he got like 5 or 6 more years added to his sentence. If you enjoyed this story time, make sure you leave me a tip. Also, if you forgot to hit the like button, make sure y'all smash that like button and share this video and hype the video. Make sure y'all check out my Amazon wish list. I got some items in there that I need purchased. So y'all make sure y'all look out for y'all big partner. If you can't get enough of these stories, I made another channel. I'm gonna have that link pinned at the top of the comment section too, and in the description. Until next time, take care.
Oh shit. Here we go again.
In prison, you really don't know what somebody is locked up for unless they show you their paperwork, or you get on the phone and you call your people and give the dude name, his birthday, and have them look him up, or a guard might tell you what a dude is in there for, whatever, right? Now, 99% of the time, if you go any route of the ones I just described, 99% of the time, you're going to get the right person. But there's that one small percent chance that you might get the person name and everything, and it's actually 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 other guys with that same name, right? And they could have some crazy charges, like bad charges, but it's not the guy. But in this case, it was the guy. So we in the bullpen. Now, let me give y'all the rundown of how jail worked. This is not a prison story right here. This is a county jail story, okay? This is the story when I found out that the OG in my hood had bad charges, and what we did to him when we found out that he had bad charges. So we're in the bullpen, and normally you be in the bullpen for maybe, you could be in there for 5 or 6 hours, or you might be in there for a week. Now, I was in there for a week because I was not. Now, this is a different story. The longest that I ever been in the bullpen was a week when I was waiting to get extradited. Right? They say I was a fugitive of justice. Right? But anyway, but no, this particular time, I was only in the county jail for about 2 weeks. So I'm in the bullpen, and they call my name or whatever, and they call a couple other guys. So we went straight to the floor. We went to the 5th floor. Now the 5th floor is for the older guys, dudes like in their early 40s to like 70 years old. Now, at this time, I want to say 24, 25, something like that. I don't know why they had me up there, but I guess it wasn't no room for the gladiator tanks or whatever, and that's like the youngins or whatever. So they had me go on the 5th floor, right? So I'm there, boom, bam. Now, they put me in the cell with my OG, right, from my neighborhood. Now, let me tell y'all about OG, and I'm going to put his name out there too, because when I do these videos, I'm actually spreading awareness, all right? This dude, if y'all recognize him in the thumbnail, this is the guy. This was you know, an older guy from my neighborhood that was selling drugs and just being a old dude in the neighborhood, right? That grew up there for years. Now, I'm going to tell y'all what he told me, what he was in there for, and I'm going to tell y'all what he was really in there for, right? So anyway, I get in the cell with him. I'm like, blockhead? He was like, oh, what's up? What's up, little homie? What's up, Donta, yeah, Donta, what's up, little homie? Now, my OG from the hood name was Blockhead, right? Because dude just had like this, when he had this bald head, his head like a block, right? So everybody just called him Blockhead. You know, he's so dope, all that, you know, whatever. So I'm like, what's up, OG? I'm like, man, what you doing in here, man? He was like, man, I got caught up on some bullshit. You already know, man. I done sold to a dope fiend. The dope fiend done told on me, and they done set a play up on me. I done sold to an undercover, man. You can believe that? I said, what? He was like, yeah, I sold to an undercover cop, man. And shit, they threw my ass up in here, man. I finna go on up the road, though. I said, no kidding. He was like, yeah, man, shoot, yeah, I'm just waiting to get transferred, man. Waiting for that bus to come. I'm like, man, how long you been up in here? He was like, shit, I've been here for what? About 2 months now. I said, oh, okay. I said, how much time did they give you? He said, man, they gave me a 4-piece. Oh, I said, okay, so you'll be out in 2. He was like, yeah, something like that. I'll be eligible for parole in 2 years, so I ain't really tripping. I said, all right, man. So now listen, y'all. When he told me that he was in here for drugs, I didn't second guess it at all. Because I knew that's what he was doing out there in the streets. So when he said, you know, he was in here for drugs, I'm like, I didn't second guess it. So we gonna say this was a Wednesday. So he got 6 days till the prison bus come to pick up inmates and take them to the process center in Jackson, Michigan or whatever. So me and him kicking it for like 3 days. You know, the regular jails. You know, we eating meals together, you know, walking the little track together, you know, just kicking it. Yeah, ain't nothing to it, right? So one day, we was getting ready to go to sleep, right? And he asked me a question that was really odd. So he was like, hey man, you watched that show Steve Wicko? I said, yeah, why? He was like, man, you think that they be them lie detector the tests be real or fake, or do you think like Steve them be rigging it to get like, you know, ratings or whatever? I was like, I don't think so. I mean, especially, you know, them guys that be failing their tests for graping somebody or touching somebody's kids. Nah, hell no. I don't think they play with people's lives like that. He was like, yeah, that's what I was thinking too, because I thought about going on that show to clear my name. Now, when he said that, I'm sitting here like, because I'm under the impression that he's still talking about his drug case. So I said, but didn't you do it though? And he was like, man, hell no, I ain't do that. Hell no. So I sit up, because I was laying down at first. I sit up, I'm like, I thought you said you did. He said, no, man, I ain't touched that little girl. Hell no. So I said, OG, I said, Blockhead, you told me that you was in here for drugs. He was like, oh, I mean, yeah, I am. And then he was like, hey man, I'm gonna holler at you tomorrow, man. I'm finna go to bed. So I'm thinking to myself, like, wait a minute. Dude just, and OG like 62, 63 years old, he getting up there. So I'm thinking to myself, like, is he in here for bad charges? I mean, why would he ask me that and then say all that? I'm like, nah, something ain't right. I'm gonna have to get on the phone with my folks tomorrow or whatever, right? So all that night, I'm tossing and turning because I'm like, damn, did Blockhead really touch somebody? He told me he touched a little girl. So, they pop the doors. At 8 o'clock, we get out, stand out for count and all that, whatever. So about 10 o'clock, they cut the phones on. So I instantly get on the jack, right? So I call one of my homeboys, and I'm telling him, like, listen, man, look up, OG name and, on Otis and let me know, like, what he in here for, right? So he like, all right, bet, hold on, give me a minute, right? And he was like, hold on, let me call you back. I said, nigga, how you gonna call me back, man? You can't call it here. He was like, but just call me back in about 30 minutes. I said, all right, man, I got you. Right now, OG is still in the cell, y'all. He's still in the cell. I don't know what he in there doing, but he's still in the cell. So I wait for about an hour and a half, get on the phone, call the homie. He don't answer, of course. So I waited another 20, 30 minutes. Then I get back on the phone and I call him again. He said, Donta, you in there with OG, like, right now? I said, yeah, why, what's up? He said, you in there with Blockhead? I said, yeah. He said, Donta, what do you think what did he say he was in there for? I said, he said that he got busted for selling dope to an undercover cop. Some fiends set him up. He was like, D, man, he ain't in there for that, man. That dude is a whole chomo. I said, what? He said, yeah, man. This dude got all type of sex crimes against him. I said, get the fuck out of here. He said, man, dude, it's so much. He got to reading off all his charges, y'all. And due to YouTube laws and regulation and guidelines, I can't even read these charges off to y'all because it's 27 counts of bad charges. 27 counts. Now, some of these things is old because when you go on Otis and look somebody up, it brings up your whole past. Like, since you entered the MDOC prison system, it brings up everything, right? So what he's actually in here for is dealing with a minor that was under the age of 12, right? And some other charges that was dealing with that. And there was 5 counts. The rest of that stuff was old, but it still was heinous acts and, sex crimes, right? So I'm like, what? He said, dude, he touched either a 12-year-old or somebody younger than that. I said, get the fuck out of here, man. He was like, yeah, man, I'm about to tell everybody. This is my homie saying, right? He like, I'm about to finna tell everybody in the hood what Blockhead is in there for. I'm like, all right, man, good looking out. He was like, so you seen him? I said, man, listen, he in the cell with me, man. He was like, what? He was like, I thought you supposed to be like on 4A, 4B. I said, yeah, I thought so too, but they got me up here. He was like, oh man, that shit crazy. So y'all in the cell together? I said, yeah, man. He was like, all right, man. Well, shit. Well, hey, I'm about to put that food on blast. I said, all right, man, I'll holler. Right, so I hang up the phone. So I'm sitting at the table, right, and I'm contemplating, like, how I'm going to approach this dude because I know the homie ain't lied to me. I know that, right? So I'm sitting there, and now I know what y'all thinking. Y'all like, well, Donta, you an ex-convict. You supposed to go in there and whoop him out and make him get out the cell. Wait a minute, y'all. This is not prison. I'm not no convict at this time. I'm what you would call a jailbird. A dude that just keep getting locked up for stupid shit, right? in and out every other month. So it never go. I ain't went to prison yet, right? I was just a jailbird, and that's just what it was, right? So I wasn't, programmed the way I programmed later in lockup, right? So me being violent towards him wasn't even on the table. So I'm sitting here thinking like, dang, Blockhead really did this, right? So I'm like, man, I gotta go holler at this dude, right? So I go in the cell, right? Why this dude is on his knees praying. So, and listen, y'all. Listen, I know y'all probably wondering why I'm laughing. It's just, I don't know, man. It ain't nothing wrong with him praying, okay? But the way of what I knew about him, and for him to be praying right now, it just tickled me. But anyway, so I'm standing there. I said, OG, you good? And then he was like, hey, man. Then he got up. He was like, yeah, man. I just, man, I really don't want to go back to prison, man. I don't. I was like, hey, so what you get locked up at? Like, where they lock you up at? And he was like, man, you in the city. I said, oh, okay. I said, OG, man, keep it real with me, man. This me, man. This little old Donta, man. What you really in here for? He looked at me. He was like, man, F it, man. Look, I was drinking and I gave this chick something to drink and she accused me of violating her. That's it. I said, how old was she? He was like, damn, man, I don't know. I said, OG, look, man, how old was the girl? He was like, man, I don't know, man. They said she was like 12 or 13 or something. He said, I don't know. I said, listen, OG, I just got off the phone with the homies from the hood, and I had them look you up, man. He was like, well, why you do that for? Why you get in my business like that? I said, OG, man, don't get mad at me, man. Get mad at yourself, man. Like what happened, man? Like, what's up? Like, you like that for real? He was like, man, no, man, you know how it is in the hood, man. So we don't look for IDs. We don't ask for IDs. So I was over there drinking, and she came over, and I gave her a little sip, and shit, we did what we did. I mean, shit, it ain't like I'm a monster or nothing. I said, OG, man, come on, man. He was like, nah, man. No, I'm tired of people trying to judge me and shit like that, man. I'm tired of niggas trying to, niggas, all these niggas be doing that in the hood. I mean, I'm the only one that got caught up. I was like, what you mean everybody do that in the hood? He was like, everybody do that, man, and they tripping on me. Like I'm a monster or something. I said, OG, man, listen. That girl was 12, 13 years old. He said, man, I ain't know that. It wasn't like I said. I wasn't checking for no damn ID. She wanted some drink. I gave her some drink. And shit, we did what we did. Like, I mean, I ain't tripping. I ain't tripping off that. No, I ain't tripping off that. I said, all right, man. All right. So I leave out the cell, y'all. And the guards, they come through, right? They come through and they telling everybody, like, everybody go to your cells, right? So we like, all right, whatever, man. Cause these guards always tripping. They always sending us to our cells, right? So I get in the cell and OG sitting on the bed, right? He was like, hey, who told you, what I did to get in here? I was like, man, that shit don't even matter, man. He was like, no, man, it do matter, man, cause I don't like how people be sitting up there getting in my business, man. That shit ain't cool. That ain't cool, man. I don't like people getting in my business, man. Who told you that? I said, hey, man, I'm not telling you who told me. He was like, no, man, tell me who told me, man, so I can get at him. I said, how you gonna get at somebody you locked up in here? He was like, man, I'm just saying, man, I don't like people getting in my business. I said, well, You shouldn't have did what you did. He was like, man, hey, I don't think this shit going. Hey, pop sale, blah, 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 blah. This the guards, right? So they open our door and they come in. They say his name like, come on, let's go, right? So I guess the prison bus done pulled up just in time, whatever. And he about to roll out. So he grabbed all this stuff or whatever. He was like, all right, man, I'll holler, man. And he leave out. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, damn, man. Damn. Blockhead really did that because he didn't deny it. He didn't deny it at all. But what I was really thinking about when he said everybody be doing it in the hood. Everybody be doing it. He just got caught. And now that I think about it, when I was like in the 6th, 7th, and 8th grade in middle school, there was guys coming up to the school picking up like the 7th and 8th grade girls, the drug dealer dudes. And this wasn't their little cousins. This wasn't their niece. This wasn't their little sisters. No, they was like really with them. So yeah, now I see when R. Kelly got locked up, a lot of dudes in the hood was quiet. Now I see why. Hey, y'all, check this out. If y'all haven't signed up for my Patreon is pinned at the top of the comment section, all right? Make sure y'all subscribe to my Patreon. Why? Because that's why I got all my exclusive prison stories over there. The ones that I can't put on this channel, it's over there. My Bible stories over there. My supernatural stories over there. And my new podcast is over there too. And I upload over there 3, 4, 5 times a day over there. Okay, so y'all make sure y'all sign up for my Patreon. Also, I got my new skits channel where I do short films. So y'all make sure y'all check that out. I'm going to have that link pinned at the top of the comment section and in the description too. And for the people that like to see me playing a video game, that channel is pinned at the top of the comment section and in the description too. All right. With that, y'all, this is your big partner Donta, over and out.
The cat screaming at him like, hey, motherfucker, man, where my man? Give me my back, right? Jimmy just went to damn near cell to cell getting commissary from people, knowing that he was going home. Jimmy just ran a cold play on everybody up in here. He owed people commissary. He took a lot of dudes' last, right? And now he's going home.
Welcome to another episode of Donta's Story Time.
In prison, the 4th of July is probably the second most deadliest, dangerous holiday while in lockup. Number 1 easily is Thanksgiving. So the reason why the 4th of July is so deadly in prison is because the food tray that you get. Now, normally they're giving you BS, they're giving you slop, right? But on the 4th of July, you get hot dogs, spare ribs, baby back ribs, hamburgers, and all that. So you say, well, Donta, ain't that good? No, it's not good. Because you got cats that sit up there and sell you they tray, but they done sold they tray to like 4 or 5 other persons beforehand, right? And now it's time, when it's time for you to get that tray, they ain't got it. And now it's like, hey, well, give me my money back. Or some people don't even want the money back. They want your head, right? Let's get to the story. So it's the 4th of July. Now, the week prior, dudes is putting in they trays, they bets. Hey, I'm Muslim, so I ain't gonna eat this. I'm not saying I'm Muslim, y'all. I'm just going off of different inmates' outlook of what happened the prior week and building up to. So you got Muslim cats in there talking about, man, I'm Muslim, man. I ain't gonna be able to eat this tray, right? And what's on now, I'm gonna tell y'all what's on the tray, right? You got macaroni and cheese right here, green beans right here, cornbread right here. All right, let's get over here to the meats. You get 2 or 3 ribs over here. You get barbecue chicken right here. You get hot dogs over here, polar sausages. They pack it on. You got a big plate, right? So you got Muslim cats talking about, yo, I'm trading this off. I can't eat this tray due to my religious belief. So give me about 10 bags of coffee and 5 ramen noodles and maybe 2 Pepsis or 2 Mountain Dews, right? So, you know, they'll just be trading it off just like that, right? And then normally how it's supposed to go is when we get our trays, you just come up to me, here you go. It's all good, right? But it don't work that way. So you got this dude named Jimmy. Jimmy is from Detroit, Michigan. Jimmy got locked up because he was working at GM. He was in charge of like some inventory or whatever. So what Jimmy would do is when the parts would come, he would sell them. Like it'd come in bulk off the train, right? And he'd get a hold of some engines, transmissions, the whole thing to build a car, and he'd sell it on the black market. Well, he was doing this for a good 4 or 5 years before he got caught. And y'all want to know how he got caught? Just like how all criminals get caught. They can't keep their mouth closed. So Jimmy ended up telling his brother, like, hey, listen, he ended up putting his brother on. Look, the train come at this time and ain't no security be over here. Go to this train cart, get it, blah, 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 right? So they, hand over fist, dude was probably making about 30, 40 grand a month, okay? So this would go on and go on. But then Jimmy's brother ended up putting somebody else on it, and then somebody else put somebody else on it, right? So now they got a little crew. Now Jimmy was like really apprehensive with this because he know the game. Like the more people know, the more exposure, this could go bad. But it didn't. It just kept going and kept going, right? Till one day, a dude got into it with his baby mama. Right? And his baby mama knew what was going on. So baby mama calls the police and like, hey, I know this guy, my baby daddy is basically stealing GM car parts or whatever off the train or whatever at this time, blah, 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 blah. Right? So it blew the whole operation up. Just because somebody was pillow talking, got upset with their baby mama got upset with them, and then the whole thing came down. So my homie Jimmy ended up getting 10 years, right? Now, Jimmy in prison, I'ma say, now, he wasn't no punk, right? He wasn't no punk at all. He was like a quiet dude. He kind of stayed out the way. He would put the work in if he had to, right? But who really want to, right? Let's just say he'll stand up for himself, right? But anyway, Jimmy come to me one day, like on the 4th that morning, and he like, hey, Donta, let me holler at you right quick. I'm like, what's up? He was like, you want my food tray today? I was like, yeah, not really, man. I already got about 10 plates coming through. He was like, oh, okay. I said, why, what's up? He was like, man, I'm kind of hurting, man. I'm kind of hurting bad. I was like, oh, really? I was like, what you need? You know, I'll look out for Jimmy here and there. You know, he was a cool cat. He was like, man, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm trying to, you know, bust a spread, man. I'm like, okay, well, what you need? He was like, I need about 5 honey buns, 4 packs of Reese Cubs, 2 bags of Lay's potato chips, about 6 honey buns. I said, dang, what are you making? He was like, man, shoot, I finna make me a Tootsie Roll. I'm like, all right, bet. I said, well, write everything down that you need and just go get it, right? He was like, all right, bet. So he get the items or whatever, and he leave out my cell. Now, I noticed Jimmy is like every 5 or 10 minutes, he's going to different cells, right? And coming out with commissary. So I'm like, what is he doing? I mean, is he trying to feed the whole block? Like, what is he doing? Because listen, y'all, I'm telling you, Jimmy had, if you went into his cell, it's like he got a stove. Now, I ran a stove myself, but the way Jimmy's cell was set up, I'm like, Jimmy ain't running no, what is he doing, right? But then I noticed he's getting deodorant, he getting toothpaste, he getting all this commissary, and I'm like, man, what is Jimmy doing? So I roll up on him, I knock on the cell door, doom, doom, doom. He like, what's up? I said, hey, man, what you got going on, man? He was like, man, well, what you mean? I said, you going to get all this commissary? He like, oh, man, don't worry about it, man. Man, people owe me, and I got something going on right now. But I'm going to holler at you later. So I'm like, all right. Now, like I said, y'all, Jimmy ain't really show no type of him being a slime ball or anything or being cutthroat. So I'm like, all right, I'll leave it alone. So I end up hitting the yard, doing what I do. Now it's time, y'all. It is time. Now we all in our cells, right? They coming through with the carts. Now they shut the chow hall down, right? Especially for events like this, because the last prior years, it was always a riot. Something always kicked off because somebody didn't want to pay. Somebody put their hands on the food. And that's another thing, y'all. If you owe somebody some food in prison, off them trays, do not put your hand on the food, raw dog, and put it on somebody's tray. Don't ever do that, or you will get your head buzzed to the white meat. So anyway, they end up, shutting the cafeteria down, and we have to eat in our units or our dorm or whatever. So we all out there, and they come through. The guard and the porter they hit. I can smell it coming down the hallway, man. So we all lining up. Now, it's 30 men in this unit, okay? So they came with 30 trays. So they hit the door. Everybody lining up, right? I'm like this. Ooh, I can't wait to eat this pork, baby. Right? So we all lined up. Everybody getting their tray, right? So Jimmy get his tray and he just duck off. Now, I'm worried about mine, right? So I'm sitting here at the table, right? A couple cats come over there. They give me my tray, whatever, because I done traded something off to them early in that day, right? But I see Jimmy in his cell, and he got all this food and stuff, right? So now, this is one thing I forgot to tell y'all. This is what I forgot to tell y'all. So Jimmy does not have a cellmate. Jimmy also worked in administration. Now, being that Jimmy worked in administration, he knows things that a lot of us is not privileged to, such as who might be going home, who's getting parole, cell assignments, lockdowns, right? Surprise lockdowns. And this is what this story is all about. So Jimmy is in the cell, right? And we getting our trays and everybody sitting down, trading off. I'm waiting for some cats to come in here that owe me or whatever. And then as soon as everybody got their tray and the officer leave out with the porter, 4 officers run up in there. Lock down, everybody locked down, right? So we like, wait, what? What's going on? Man, get your motherfucking ass in your cell, right? Right, we grown men, right, getting talked to like we kids, right? So we all getting up, we going to our cells and they lock it down. So we like, hey man, what's going on, man? They like, it's a surprise lockdown, inmates. Happy 4th of July. So we like, damn, right? Now, we all in our cells or whatever, people hollering, people hooting, hey man, make sure you give me my man. It's just people that old people stuff or whatever. It just happened so fast, y'all. People couldn't hurry up and get their trays off, right? So cats like, man, I don't even want that shit, man. He could be doing whatever to this food, right? Whatever, right? So this is the vibe in there. People just getting angry, arguing, like, man, I don't want that tray no more, man, that you owe me, man. I need my shit back. So it's a bunch of arguing, a bunch of woofing back and forth, right? So I'm good. I'm chilling. I got mine, right? Now, it's like, I'm going to say about 9 o'clock. And everybody done settled down by this time because throughout the day that we was in the cell, we was turning up. Cause it's like, damn, y'all just gonna keep us in lockup and we ain't even did nothing. And it's the 4th. People want to go chill. We want to go hit the yard, man. Right? But for whatever reason, they had us locked down, right? I'm gonna say about 10 o'clock, the captain come in and the rover come in. So we looking like, what the fuck the captain doing here, right? And the rover got a cart. So we looking like, man, what the fuck is going on? So we watching, I'm looking, and he go to Jimmy's cell. So dude's getting up like, hey man, what's going on? What's going on? Jimmy comes out the cell and he got all this commissary. Y'all remember I told y'all earlier that he was going to damn near cell to cell collecting commissary and everything? Y'all remember that? And I said he had like a big store in there. So I'm looking and I was just hit me. Jimmy is going home. So so she all like, well, Donta, ain't this good? Ain't this good that he going home? No, it's not. Jimmy just went to damn near cell to cell getting commissary from people, knowing that he was going home. Jimmy just ran a cold play on everybody up in here. He owed people commissary. He took a lot of dudes' last, right? And now he's going home. So cat's like, hey, Jimmy, man, what's going on, man? What you doing? Where you going? I'm out this motherfucker. I'm like, what? I'm not, now look, y'all, Jimmy didn't owe me. He did owe me. Jimmy owed me too, right? He owed me too, because he got a lot of, you remember he got the 4 honey buns, the 2 packs of Reese cups, the honey buns. He got a good amount from me too. So I'm up on the bars. I'm like, hey, Jimmy, what's up, man? Where you going? He like, I'm out this motherfucker, bruh. I'm out this motherfucker, bruh. Right? And other cats screaming at him like, hey, motherfucker, man, where my man? Give me my back, right? And he like, man, fuck y'all. Man, fuck all of y'all. Look, y'all, I never heard Jimmy really ever raise his voice. It was like I was looking at a different person. Like, where the fuck is Jimmy at? Who is this guy? And Jimmy just talking big shit. He like, man, fuck all y'all, man, fuck you convicts. F all you motherfuckers, man. You jailbird niggas, right? He like, man, make sure you jazz niggas don't drop the soap, you niggas. I'm out this motherfucker, right? And I'm thinking to myself like, damn, like, why you do this? So he's leaving out, people screaming, hollering, like, man, I'm gonna kill you when I get out, and all this and this and blah, 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 blah. He like, man, fuck all of y'all, man. Fuck you niggas, right? So he get out of there, and I'm sitting on the bed like, damn, why would Jimmy do that? Let me tell y'all something. So for those that might be lost, okay, Jimmy worked in administration. So Jimmy knew he was up for parole, and he also knew exactly when. So he been got his parole, but he knew he was getting out on the 4th of July. I don't know why he decided to go around collecting commissary, taking from cats, messing up the local economy, and he took everything with him. The crazy part about the crazy part about this whole thing is that everything that he took, he could have got on the street, right? Everything that he took from everybody, he could have got out there on the street. He could have went to the dollar store and got. You never know, what a cat thinking. I don't know why Jimmy did that. I don't know why. But I guess prison will make and have people doing things that they wouldn't normally do. Or maybe he just had that in him all this time. I don't know, y'all. But I do know this, though. If Jimmy ever returns back to prison, which I don't think he will, but who knows. But if Jimmy ever returned back to prison, he gonna have to go to PC, or he might get his head bust wide open. If y'all haven't hit the like button, hit the like button, share the video. Let's get the question of the day out the way. The question of the day is this: which is your favorite holiday? Let me know in the comment section. Me, I'm going to say Thanksgiving. Y'all let me know what your favorite holiday is. Hey, y'all, I want to give a special shout out to the cats that been blessing the Cash App. Shout out to Jonathan. Shout out to Karen. Shout out to Breadman. Shout out to Robert. Shout out to Aubrey. And shout out to Sarah. And shout out to Tim. And shout out to Chris. And shout out to Christina. And shout out to Robert again. I appreciate y'all for blessing the Cash App. With that, y'all, I'll see y'all on the next one. I'm out.
Welcome to another episode of Dante's Story Time. So I turned to my left, and my cellmate right there laying butt naked. So I was like, bam, bam, bam. He like, oh, don't hit me. I said, man, what you doing naked? He was like, man, hold on. I was like, boom, boom. He was like, come on, man, don't hit me no more. I said, I better not ever catch you in this cell again, butt naked.
Oh, shit. Here we go again. Oh, shit. Here we go again.
All right, y'all, this story is about, this is a story and a warning at the same time about sleeping butt naked in prison. So, in prison, most prison don't got no air conditioning at all. It's super duper hot, okay? Especially in the months of July, especially in August. Late August, it's over. So usually they'll come and give us like ice. Like you get your cup or whatever, get like a plastic bag or whatever, and they'll come with this big old barrel of ice, right? So everybody come down there and everybody trying to get it. So if you not one of the first, let's say it's 50 men in this pod, if you ain't the first 20, 25 people, it's over. You can just cut it out. This is why a lot of fights took place, a lot of stabbings, because dudes is irritated, and cats that didn't get ice will be looking at you like, dang, you gonna leave some for the rest of us? But if you would have got here, you would have did the same. Now me, I was always about to give me a bag of ice under
any and under no circumstances where I never was going to get me a bag of ice. You can believe that. But anyway, it was August 9th. August 9th. I remember that day because I had a bad headache that day. All that day I had a bad headache. I think I was dehydrated or something, but I had a bad headache and I did not want to get out the bed, right? But my bunkie kept saying like, man, D, man, I don't want you to die up in this cell, man. You need to, you need to walk around, man. Go down there and get some ice or whatever, man. You need to, stay hydrated with fluids or whatever. So I'm like, all right, man, whatever, right? But I promise y'all, I was so hot and I was just out of it. But anyway, they called for ice, right? And my homeboy, he go down there with my bucket and he got his bucket, right? So about 15 minutes later, he come back upstairs and he got the ice, right? So I take some of the ice and put it, got a towel and put it over my forehead or whatever. And I got to eating on some of the ice, right? So we just talking or whatever. And he like, hey, D, I got to ask you a question. I'm like, what's up? He was like, look, not no funny shit, not no homo stuff, but do you mind if I sleep naked tonight? Now, keep in mind, y'all, I'm really not coherent at the time. I hear what he said, but I didn't really hear what he said. And I said, yeah, man, go ahead. I don't know what the hell I thought that he said. But clear as day, this man asked me, could he sleep butt naked in the cell tonight? And apparently I said, yeah. Now, before we go any further, I noticed y'all see that in the background. That's my gaming channel right there, okay? I'm going to have my gaming channel pinned at the top of the comment section, all right? So if y'all want to see me rock out and kick it with me live while I'm gaming, y'all get over there and y'all subscribe to that channel, all right? If you don't like gaming, don't subscribe to the channel, all right? Also, listen, y'all, I'm going back to day one. And I'm remastering all my stories, remastering all of them. Now, some of y'all might say, well, Donta, so you finna retell your stories? Yeah, but I'm about to remaster them because I'm getting them ready to get put on Spotify, okay? But if you do hear a story that I already told, still listen to it because it's going to be way better, way clearer, and more action-packed, okay? So y'all stay tuned for my remastered stories, right? And I still will be dropping new stories as I go on, but stay tuned for the remastered stories. I'm going all the way back. But let's get back to it. And if y'all forgot to hit the like button, make sure y'all punish the like button. Now let's continue. So now it's like 5 o'clock and it's chow time. And he like, yo, D, you going to eat? You going to eat? I said, no, man, I'm finna eat me a couple of Doritos, man. I'm gonna eat a couple of Doritos and some summer sausages. I'm good, man. I'm just gonna rest. He like, all right, bro, don't die on me up in here, man. Don't do that. I said, man, I ain't gonna die, man. I just need to rest, man. I'm tired. Y'all listen. I was asleep for maybe about, I went to sleep for about 7 or 8 hours because I woke up around 2 something in the morning. Now, it done got so hot. You ever been so hot that you feel like somebody dumped a bucket of water on you? That's how I felt, right? So, keep in mind, my bunkie, he got the bottom rack. I got the top rack, okay? And the only reason I got the top rack is he's an older dude, okay? He like 54, 55, and I didn't want him, it's hard to climb on up and out of them beds, right? If you at the top. So he's at the bottom. Now it's like 2 something in the morning. I wake up because I'm hot, I'm drenched. So I lean up, right? And I'm like, man, I gotta cool down. So I take off my shirt. And you literally can wring it out, like wring it out. Sweat just coming out of it, right? So I'm sitting there and I'm like, damn. Right? So we got an alarm, like this big digital brown clock right here on the desk, right? So I'm looking, say 2:13 a.m. I said, okay, that's why I get up. So I hop off the bunk
Now, you really can't see in this cell besides this little dim light by the toilet and the red dots on this alarm clock that brings out the time or whatever. And you know when you first wake up and you in darkness, your eyes gotta adjust. This is what my eyes was doing. But I knew I need to get to that sink right quick, and get my washcloth and just, wash up lightly with cold water, whatever. So when I get off the bunk, I don't see my bunkie over here, right? So I get up and I go over there to the sink and I cut the water on. And now my bunkie head, okay, so you got the sink right here and the toilet right here. My bunkie feet is to the right over here. So his head is back the other way. His head is like laying towards the cell doors, right? So when I cut this on or whatever, it ain't going to affect his sleep and whatever. So I'm over there and, I'm getting my towel ready and I'm got my shirt off and I'm washing the sweat off or whatever, right? And my bunkie was like, oh, hold up. And I'm like, what? So I turn and I see my bunkie. My bunkie is butt naked, spread, bald eagle style, right here. I'm like, oh. I said, hey, man, what are you doing, man? He said, oh, my man, ho. I said, man, I said, man, come on, dog, man, put some clothes on. What the fuck you doing, right? He like, hold on, man, hold on. I'm like, man, why you ain't put the sheet up, dog? What are you doing? See, in my head, I'm thinking this dude is touching himself, right? Because my eyes wasn't adjusted. And when I go to look this way, because I heard him say something, this dude is spread bald eagle style right here. So I'm tripping on him. I'm like, hey, man, what the fuck you doing, man? He like, hold on, man. So I'm getting angry, right? Because I'm thinking to myself, like, this dude is really touching on himself, I'm assuming. I mean, at least put the damn sheet up. And one of the rules of this cell is you don't do that when another man is in the cell, right? You wait till I leave or you go to the shower or something. So in my head, he doing all type of violations. So I'm getting angry and angrier, right? Because I'm like, yo, this motherfucker trying. So I turn around, right? And I'm like, motherfucker, you up there trying to bang one off in the cell? You trying to bang one off in the motherfucking cell? So he like, hold on. I said, man, fuck all that hold on shit. Bow, boom, right? He like, man, what you doing? I said, nigga, don't you ever be in this motherfucking cell jacking off. So he kick it like, hold on, D. Hold up, man. Hold on. I said, yeah, no, nigga, you in this cell naked. Right? He like, oh, come on, man. So you gotta do like, hey, Dante, what's going on down there? What's going on? Hey, what's happening going on? You got people waking up, people getting on the doors. Now listen, y'all. In prison, things like this happen like every other night. If something don't go on every other day, throughout the night where it's real quiet, then you just hear boom, right? Or somebody yelling, screaming, something always happening. I guess today was my night, right? So I'm whooping them out. Boom, bam, boom, right? So he like, oh, stop hitting me. So I'm like, man, get some motherfucking clothes on. Right? So he get up and I'm like, man, this motherfucker, right? Cause he's straight naked, right? He like, dang, D, hold on, man. I asked you earlier, could I sleep like this, man? And you said, I'm good. You said I was good. I said, man, I ain't say that. He said, you did. You remember when I brought you the ice and I asked you, can I sleep naked tonight? And you said you could. So why you hitting on me? Why you hit me, bro? I said, man. Then I thought about it like, damn. I said, damn, my bad, bro. I said, but put some clothes on, man. God damn, man. Put some clothes on. He like, all right, man, bro, but god dang, that's fucked up. You done hit on me, bruh. You done hit on me, bro. That's messed up. You don't put your hands on me. I said, look, my bad, man. Let's get some motherfucking clothes on, dog. You could have at least put the white sheet up
So I hop up on my bunk and he putting his drawers on and everything. And he's sitting there. So he like, man, D, that's fucked up, bro. That's fucked up, bro, that you tripped out on me like that, bro. So dude steady yell like, hey, Dante, what's going on? Hey, what's happening down there? So I'm like, it's all good, man. It was just, my bunkie had a nightmare or something. I'm like, okay. So everybody settling down or whatever. So I'm like, my bad, bro. My bad. I didn't mean. I thought you was doing something that you hadn't been to do. He's like, man, bro, come on, man. I've been in this cell with you for a whole month, man. Oh, come on, bro. You know I never disrespect the game like that. I know, bro. I know. I apologize. Let me tell y'all something right quick. Now, prison is a place where it's like the Twilight Zone. It's like a world that exists inside of the world, but just so twisted and tangled. Now, was I wrong for putting my hands on him? I'm going to say no, because just in case if I didn't tell him that, which I do remember I did, told him he could sleep that way. But at the same time, I don't know, y'all. Let me know in the comment section. Do y'all sleep butt naked at night? I know that's I know the thumbnail crazy, the title thumb, but this is what goes on in prison, man. This is the type of shenanigans and hooliganic activities that goes on, man. But y'all just let me know in the comment section. I got to give a special shout out to the people that been purchasing things on my Amazon gift card. Okay, let me shout y'all out right quick and thank the people that blessed the Cash App and the Zelle. Shout out to Tammy Lucy. I appreciate that gift that you got me from my Amazon wish list. Okay, if anybody want to purchase something from my Amazon wish list for me, make sure y'all click on my Amazon wish list card. I'm gonna have that pinned at the top of the comment section too. And I want to give a special shout out to Earl Barnes for sending that Zelle. All right, y'all. My brother just got out of prison, and I know my family is going to be mad when they see this video, but listen, I tell prison stories, and, you know, I got to educate the youth and people that might be thinking about committing crimes. So, look, for my family that might be watching this video, I'm sorry. I just got to put it out there. Now, for those that don't know, I had a brother that went to prison for 10 years for armed robbery. And he got 10 more years to go, but he just got paroled. And they paroled him to me. Okay. Nobody in my family didn't want to take him in. You know, a lot of people in my family on Section 8, government assistance, so you can't have a felon staying with you. So I got a couple rental properties or whatever. So we got a 3-bedroom house down the street where I basically turned it into a halfway house, give or take, right? And for those that don't know what a halfway house is where you go when you get out of prison. You have to, you know, it's like a transitional thing or whatever. So my brother get out, right? Now, when he went in, he had a fade, right, with waves or whatever. Now, he been in there for 10 years, so he grew his hair out over the years. But the colored hair that he had kind of threw me off, right? It was green and pink, like green and pink little dress or whatever. So I'm like, okay, well, maybe that's the new style or whatever, because I ain't been in the streets. I don't know fashion. Right now, y'all, I got a bald head, okay? So I don't know what the new trends are, whatever. But, you know, we go pick him up, and when he come out, I instantly recognize him because, you know, he my brother, but something was just off about him. You know what I'm saying? Now, my brother is like 5'10", and he's really stocky. Like he been in prison. That's all he been doing, working out. But he 5'10", and he probably about a good 210, 215. But he ripped up, right? But it's just something, I can't put my finger on it, right?
Now, I know y'all read the title, y'all see the thumbnail. And yes, that is my brother. But it's like, look, I've been locked up in a joint, right? But I ain't been locked up in like 15 years, y'all. So I'm kind of out of touch with how things go in there. But my brother, he like dancing. I know y'all like dancing. Donta, what are you talking? What you mean dancing? I don't know, man. He just seemed like he just loose. Like, you know, he's a big guy, but it's like, why are you okay? Do y'all remember the crunk era? Like Lil Jon and the East Side Boys and Lil Scrappy, all the down south stuff. Y'all remember that? And like snap your fingers, do your step. You can do it all by yourself. Talk to me, I talk back. I'm Donta. Let me buy you a drink. You know what I'm talking about? Let me stop, y'all. But you know, that's the music he went into the joint listening to. And, you know, I had a whole mixtape playing for him. And he said, pull over right quick. And he got out the car and snapped his fingers. And it's like that Laffy Taffy, girl, take that, all that, you know. He got out the car, he's snapping. But the way that he was moving, like he hip rolling and stuff. And I'm like, man, like, where did you learn all the moves at? You know, because before you went in, you know what I'm saying? We used to hold up the wall. You know, we have like the girls dance on us or whatever. But this dude is like actually moving his hips and all this. Like, I'm like, man, this dude too big to be moving like that, right? So I'm like, okay, all right, whatever. Maybe let me stop looking too much into this, man, because maybe it's me. Maybe I'm tripping, right? So he get back in the car, and I'm like, so you good, bro? You good? He like, yeah, man, I'm just home, man. I'm home. I said, what you want to do? I got you. He like, shoot, man, you know what I want to do. You know what I want to do. I'm like, I bet, right? So I called my wife and tell her, like, look, I'm not coming home tonight. You know, my little bro, he just got out. We out. I ain't gonna do anything to, you know, disrespect the marriage or anything. But me and my brother finna go out, and we about to have a good time, right? So she like, all right, babe, you know I got you. You know, you need some money, whatever. I'm like, yeah. But anyway, so we get out there, right? Now, as I'm pulling up to the club, and y'all know what club I'm talking about, he like, yo, what we doing here? I said, shoot, I'm finna, you know, you finna get some honeys. You finna get some girls to dance on you. He like, oh, nah, bro, nah, man, nah. Now, I want to go to the crib, man. Take me to the crib, bro. I said, all right. I said, well, hold on. Let me get you right, man. Let me get you a cell phone and all. He was like, okay, bet. So we go to the Metro PCS store. You know, I get him a cell phone and all this and that. We go to the mall. I get him a couple Nike jumpsuits and, you know what I'm saying, get him some Jordans or whatever. So the welcome home nigga package, right? So we pull up, right, to the halfway house. Now, listen, y'all, before y'all try to get all crazy or whatever, just listen. I cannot discriminate, okay? The government pays me to house these people. So, like I told y'all, I have a 3-bedroom house already, you know, for inmates that's getting out or whatever. Now, there's 2 straight guys that already live there, okay? And then there's a gay guy by the name of Cookie that lives there too. Okay, y'all. So hey, listen, come on, y'all. Hey, this 2026, and y'all stop acting like that. He got out. He did his time. You know, he needed somewhere to go. The government pays me X amount of dollars every month to house these people. And, you know, hey, listen, the dude Cookie, he might be a homosexual, but, you know, he did his time, y'all, and he do live in one of my halfway houses, okay? So we pull up, and I tell my brother, okay, well, you know, home sweet home. You know, this the rules. He like, rules? What you mean rules, man? I'm your brother. I said, listen, man. He like, I got you, Donta. I'm just playing. I got you, but what's the rules? I said, you cannot have no company over here at all. And you know how it is. Respect each other, privacy up in here, and you know what I'm saying? No drugs, no drinking, no nothing. They do random inspections every month here, so don't get it to don't mess your parole up, all right? He's like, I bet. I say, other than that, man, your curfew is 10 p.m. Just follow the rules, man, and y'all just keep the house clean. We provide the groceries. We provide, we pay all the bills. Just, I got you on your cell phone, babe. I'm going to put you on my plan. You good. He like, all right, man, bet. Thanks, bro. I said, all right, just hit me up, right? So before I leave, I introduce him to everybody, right? Everybody talking to him, and I'm like, okay, he in good hands. So I leave, right? Over the next week, now, maybe my brother don't know no better, but on my phone, since he's on my plan, right? On my phone, I get notifications if you sign up to subscriptions, right? Certain subscriptions. Now, I always check my credit card statement because I'm always on my financial, right? And I'm checking my credit card statement, and I see a account on there that's called Grinder. So I'm looking at this, I'm like, okay, this must be like some dating website or something like that. So I asked my wife, I said, babe, because I thought this was her account, because she always subscribing to something. So I said, babe, what is this? And it was for $12.99, right? But they pay annually, so it was like $160 something. So I said, babe, what's this? She was like, I don't know. It looked like some type of app or whatever. And she checking her phone. She like, I don't got nothing like that on my phone. So, I got 2 other phones. I'm looking on mine to make sure I didn't accidentally download something, and they ain't on my phones. I'm like, what is it? So I go to the internet, y'all, and I type in Grinder. And what came up, I said, oh my God, this got to be a mistake. What is this, right? Now, I'm not promoting that at all. So I'm not even going to tell y'all what's on there. Do not go on there. And I know some of y'all is hard-headed, so y'all going to go on there anyway, right? But I'm telling you, if you're a straight man, don't go on there, okay? Don't, all right? But before we go on, y'all, listen, y'all, I got a brand new show that's coming out in the fall. And I'm only talking to my supporters. I need my real ones to come out the woodworks, okay, y'all? I got an Amazon wish list that I'm going to have pinned in the comments, at the top of the comment section and the description. If y'all can help out, and I'm talking to my real ones, my supporters, if y'all can help out, grab an item on there. Is highly appreciated, okay? I can see who purchased what, and I'm going to shout y'all out in the next video, all right? So y'all make sure y'all check out my Amazon wish list so I can start this show in the fall, okay? Now let's get back to it. And if you haven't hit the like button, make sure y'all hit the like button. So let's get back to it. So my wife like, Dante, what is this? Because I pulled up the website on my computer, and she just walked in my office. She was like, what's up with you? I said, no, babe, ain't like that. I said, this is the app, right? This is it. This is the thing. She was like, what the heck is that? I said, I don't know. So she go in there, she go through there, and she trace it, and it goes back to his number. So I'm like, what? I said, well, maybe he made a mistake. She said, no, that ain't no mistake. That ain't no mistake. You got to put in certain information. No, so I'm like, all right. So I get in the car, right? I don't even want to call him. I get in the car, and the house ain't nothing but 10 minutes down the road from me, right? So I get in the car, and I'm driving down there. Why when I pull up, I see him and Cookie sitting on the porch like you remember back in the day when we was kids, y'all, and you sitting next to your friend or whatever, and y'all like thigh to thigh. He's sitting next to Cookie, right? And they just having a good old time, just laughing and all that, right? So when I pull up, he kind of moved like a little bit to the right, like to get away from, like he was startled. So I peeped that. So I get out the car. I said, hey, what's up, bro? He like, oh, what's up, Donta? And Cookie was like, hey, Donta. I said, what's up? What up, Cookie? You all right? He was like, yeah, your brother funny. Your brother funny. I said, hey, I'm like, come here, let me holler at you right quick, bro. He like, what's up, Donta? So I'm like, hey, so, when you do certain stuff on that phone, it comes. He like, oh no, I got you, man. I've been paying for it on my own. I got you, bro. I said, no, what I'm saying is, it's like these subscriptions be coming to my, and he cut me out. He like, no, I got you, bro. I got you, man. It ain't gonna come out your bill. I got you. So, it's like he wouldn't let me get out what I was trying to say. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, I peeped that. Now, I'm like, okay. So, I'm like, everything good? You straight? Everything, good at the house? He like, yeah, bro, everything good, everything straight, man. So I was like, all right, bet. I said, well, I just came over here to check on you when you good? You need anything? He's like, no, I'm good. I said, how was your housemates? He like, they good. I said, you a Cookie good? He like, yeah, Cookie, man, Cookie my dog. I said, all right. I said, all right, bet. Well, all right, well, just holler at me if you need something. He like, all right, bet. So I get in the car and I pull off and I call my wife. And I'm like, babe. She like, what's up? I said, yeah, I just came over there and he, I tried to ask him about it, but he kept like cutting me off. Like, I got it. Like, I'm gonna take care of it. But I'm like, he don't even know what I'm talking about, or he do know what I'm talking about it, but he would just kept cutting me off. She was like, well, I mean, he been in prison for 10 years, so I mean, you would know. I mean, all these stories you be telling on YouTube, like, I mean, I know that's your brother, but there's a chance that he may have, you know what I'm saying? And I said, yeah, but it get worse. She was like, what else? I said, man, when I pulled up, him and Cookie was sitting next to each other, like thigh to thigh. My wife was like, what? I said, yeah, they were sitting thigh to thigh on the porch. And when I pulled up and got out the car, he like kind of moved out the way. Like, when you do something, you get caught. She was like, oh, yeah, something. Yeah, something ain't right, but hey, I mean, just pray for him. I said, yeah, I'm just pray for him. Let me ask y'all a question in the comment section. Just real quick. Now, I know that's my brother, and I know he did 10 years. And they say if it look like a duck and it sound like a duck, it's a duck. Now, in my bloodline, we pedigrees, right? We like pit bulls. Ain't no weakness in this lineage. But, like I said, when I think back on it, it's like when he got out the car, he was hip rolling and snapping his fingers, and just the way he was moving when he first got out, when he was dancing to the music. I'm like, man, like, dude, you too big to be moving like that. And then, this subscription that he subscribed to for a whole year, it's like, man, listen, y'all. I need for y'all to pray for me, okay? I might need y'all prayers on this one, because if he really is like that, then I need y'all prayers, because I don't know if I can take this. I don't know. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. But listen, again, y'all, dang, man, I really didn't want to make this video, because I know my mama gonna be upset when she listen to this. I know my dad gonna be upset when my aunties, my uncles, my grandmother, I know they gonna be upset. So I know when this video drop, I'm gonna be getting a whole bunch of calls. But if this is true, y'all, what should I do? What should I do? Should I just let him live his life? Or should I just, pull him to the side and be like, hey, man, listen, man. You know what I'm saying? But then what do I say to him? What can I say to him? I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Y'all just let me know in the comment section how y'all feel about this video. And again, y'all, make sure y'all check out my Amazon wish list. I got a show that's coming out in the fall, and I need y'all support. So y'all make sure y'all go click on that link to my Amazon wish list, and whatever y'all can get, it'll be highly appreciated. With that, y'all, make sure y'all hit that like button, share this video, hype the video. And also, y'all, if you ain't signed up for my Patreon, get over there right now and sign up for my Patreon. That link will be pinned in the description and in the comment section too. With that, y'all, this is your big partner, Dante, and I'm out. Okay, y'all, this story is about how I met Big Thomas and found out that he was a booty bandit. So I was getting transferred up north. And normally when you're doing a transfer, when it's like 30 or 40 guys on a bus, you don't do no stops, right? It's just a one-way ticket. It's straight go, right? But we end up maybe 2 hours in the drive up north, end up going to the small town with this big prison called Milan, something like that, this federal prison. So there was 3 guys that got on the bus, 2 white guys and this big old black bald head, ugly mother freaker with gold teeth, right? Now, there was only 3 spots left on this bus, and the 2 white guys already got their seats, right? So I'm like, okay, so this dude about to sit next to me. So he make his way back there, he sit down. So he look at me, he like, what up? I'm like, what's up, man? He was like, man, I'm just ready to finish this bid, bro. I'm just ready to finish this bid. I was like, yeah, who you telling? Right? So the bus started going. So I'm like, I said, so what they call you, man? What's your name? He was like, man, they call me Thomas. I said, Thomas? He was like, yeah, but, you know, you can call me T or whatever. I said, oh, okay. I'm like, man, where you from, man? You got like this West Coast demeanor about you. He was like, oh, yeah, man, I'm a Cedar Block Pyru. Now, when he said that, now, keep in mind, y'all, Dante ain't no gang member. I don't know nothing about gangs. The only thing I know about, but not really, it's just because I heard of these things is Crips, Bloods, Gangster Disciples, GDs, BDs, GDKs, what else? Pyrus, Aryan Brotherhood, the Dirty White Boys, you know, like that. So, but I don't really know about these, and of course the Bloods, but I don't really know nothing about these gangs. So when he said Cedar Block Pyru, I'm like, oh, okay, you know, this sounds like a nice name or whatever. Cool, okay. So he was like, you bang? I was like, hell no, I don't bang. He was like, oh, okay, cool. He was like, shit, you think it's gonna be some Crips that's gonna be up here where we going? I said, I don't know, maybe. He was like, oh, okay. So he got to telling me like, yeah, man, yeah, I done smashed a couple cats, man. That's why they that's why they sending me up north. I done beat the brakes off this dude. I done knocked this dude brains out of his ears. I said, what? He was like, yeah, this motherfucker owed me some money, and he kept playing with my money, man. So I beat this dude brains out of his ears. I said, hold up. So you saying, he said, yeah, look, I grabbed the dude by his throat, punched him out, started punching his head, and I punched some of his brain out of his ear. I said, dang. It was like, shoot, man, when dudes play with my money, you know, but man, enough of that, man. Like, well, what's up with you? What you got going on? I said, man, you know, I caught a couple of bodies. I stabbed the guard, and you know how that go. He said, what? I said, yeah, man, this guard, he kept pressing me. He kept shaking down my cell, and I told him, like, yo, if you ain't got no just cause to keep shaking the cell down, you know, I'm going to get at you. And he ended up doing it again, and I ended up stabbing him in the back of his head. Left the knife in his head and all that. He like, what? I said, hey man, listen man, hey, but enough for me, man. What's happening? It was like, I ain't, and let's put a pause right there, because I get it. I already know what some of y'all are going to be thinking in the comment section. Oh, Dante, that's cap. You ain't stabbed no guard in the back of his head. You ain't leave the handle sticking out the back of his dome piece. Ain't no way you did that, Dante. Man, check this out, y'all. They didn't call me the blade pusher for nothing. They didn't call, I wasn't toting that sword of justice for nothing. Y'all got to understand that, okay? And I know a lot of y'all ain't never been locked up, so it sounds unbelievable, like, dang. And for you jail dudes out there that be hating on me, talking about, Dante, that ain't gonna happen. You couldn't have did that. Let me tell all you jail dudes and all you prison dudes that be clout chasing after my name, talking about this cap. If me and you, I'm talking to you dudes that's saying I'm cap, if me and you was on the same yard or the same block or the same cell, I guarantee you, either you was going to get with my program, or there was a huge chance that you was going to lose your life in that prison. And I'm just keeping it real with you. Now, for those that's rocking with me, man, y'all hit that like button, man. When y'all hit the like button, that's letting the haters know that y'all rocking with y'all big partner Dante, right? So y'all hit that like button, all right? Let's get back to it. Matter of fact, man, before we get to the story, y'all, I need for y'all to do me a favor, right? Just like we do in a prison roll call when you first get there. Man, where y'all from? Let me know where y'all are from, all right? Just tell me where y'all was born at, right? Detroit, 313, St. John's Hospital, 1988. That's me, y'all. So y'all let me know where y'all was born, all right? Put it in the comment section and hit that like button. Let's get back to it. So anyway, we riding. So I was like, man, what was them LA streets like? He was like, man, I was robbing cats. Man, I was like a pimp. Man, I had all type of brawls. I said, what? He was like, man, it's this place called Figueroa. And I had about 15 gals out there. You know what I'm talking about? I said, look, man, let me ask you a question. Like, how do you turn out a girl? Like, how do you get a woman to do that? He was like, you really want to know? I said, yeah. He was like, well, you know, most of the time I would like go to like the Greyhound station and I just see like young chicks there alone, like runaways. And, you know, I holler at them and I, you know, put them up at a hotel and then I put them on the track. So in my head, when he said young girls, I'm like, how young? He was like, shoot, it really didn't matter. I mean, shoot, you know, money is money. It is what he actually said something else, but I wouldn't dare say that on YouTube, right? They'll probably take this video down so quick, but that's what he said. So when he said that, I automatically thought like, oh, he one of them. He one of these dudes, right? Now I'm curious what he get locked up for. So he telling me, you know, to break down how, you know, he'd catch some young girls at the bus station and he'd pimp them out and all this and that. Or he'd get in a relationship with some chicks and he'd just introduce them to the game and some went for it and some didn't. So now, like I said, I'm curious, like what he get like I said, so what you get locked up for? He was like, one of his girls end up running to Vegas or whatever. You know, Vegas right there next to Cali or whatever. Well, it ain't right there, but it's a couple hours away. So he said one of his girls ended up running to Vegas and, you know, he went there to get her from her parents and the parents wasn't going for it and he wasn't going for it. So he said he bodied the mama and bodied the daddy. And well, now he in here with life without parole. So in my head, I'm thinking like, okay. So this dude, and I'm pretty sure he was, well, let me choose my words carefully. He was fornicating with a minor. because you cannot tell me if you a pimp and you getting these young girls from bus stations and stuff like that. I know you messing around. So I'll say, okay, so this dude is a chomo, but he just ain't been convicted for it. You know, because if you let a dude talk and just keep talking, eventually he tell on himself. Just think about it, because I'm pretty sure. Because when he said young girl, he could have said, 18, young adult. If I catch you, some young adult girls. No, he said some young girls, right? So I made a mental note, like, okay, yeah, stay away from this dude. If this dude end up on my block, if this dude ain't coming to my cell, I already made a mental note. Dude ain't coming in my cell. I don't want to have nothing to do with him. This dude is a creep. But let me give y'all a side quest. Y'all be talking about, Donta, you don't never stay on the story. But I gotta give y'all this right here. I was just thinking, now, people are attracted to what they are attracted to, right? Y'all just pay attention. I'm going somewhere. I'm going somewhere with this. Me per se, when I was growing up, I didn't like young girls. When I was 10 years old, when I started liking girls or whatever, I liked it grown women, like women in their 20s, right? So when I was like 16, I liked the girls like in their 30s. You see what I'm saying? That is just what I was attracted to, right? So when you hear guys talking about, and maybe this was just a cultural thing, because they said that Foxy was 15 when Jay-Z was messing with her when he was like 26 or 27, and when they was messing with Aaliyah was still a teenager, and you got R. Kelly married Aaliyah when she was 14, 15, and he was well off in his 30s. And me growing up, I was in middle school, 8th grade, I would see 7th grade girls and 8th grade girls getting in the cars with drug dealers that I knew from my neighborhood and other neighborhoods. And this wasn't their little sister or their cousin. This was their little girlfriends, right? So when you really think about it, all these dudes was pedos. All these dudes was chomos, right? So the reason why I'm bringing this up is because what happened next when we got off the prison bus and Big Thomas got exposed, right? So let me keep the story going. Okay. So anyway, but do y'all agree with me with that? Have y'all noticed that growing up, you got grown men dating teenagers and it seemed like it was normal? Yeah, but it wasn't normal. But y'all know what I mean. But anyway, let's keep it going. So I'm not really talking to Big Thomas like that no more, because it done set in my brain like, okay, this dude is a chomo. He just ain't get caught for it. But everything he done told me, if he would have got caught for it, he'd had that jacket. So I'm like, okay, yeah, I ain't got too many words for this dude, right? So we get off the bus. We go into intake. Y'all know that process. We all come in, strip naked. They throw this powder on you, and this powder is supposed to like get rid of lice and crabs and stuff like that, right? So they throw this powder on you when y'all all naked, right? They call it B's to D's. And I know. That sound, I gotta say pause, double pause, triple pause. But that's what they call it. B's to D's, butts to cocks, basically, right? And that's just what it was. And for some of you freakos out there that's wondering, no, Dante Sword of Justice was not next to another man. I have both of my hands in front of me. Just a humiliation ritual that happens when you go to prison, right? So y'all gotta butts to cocks all the way to the shower. Get this powder rinsed off for you with this cold water, right? This intake, y'all. You get your clothes to dry off. The captain or the warden come through, or the what they call that? The watch commander come through, and they give you the spiel, what they expect, what they don't expect, what you gonna do.
who house this is, and that's giving you the rundown. And then you got the counselors come in and tell you about PREA and the Great Elimination Act and all that. And there's all, give you a little prison handbook and all that. And then they take you to your cell, right? You go to a single cell, and it's called quarantine, right? And you can be in there for about a month or even 2 months. Now, right here, just an educational piece for people out there that might got loved ones getting locked up, and you wonder, like, dang, well, they sent my baby off to prison. Oh, I haven't heard nothing about him, and they ain't give me no answer, because 9 times out of 10, he's in quarantine and he can't talk, can't send no letters, no nothing, right? That's just what it is. So anyway, we're in quarantine, right? And we just doing the day to day. So we gonna fast forward, because quarantine is boring. Ain't nothing really, spectacular anything happened in quarantine. So now we on a block, right? So naturally, now, like I said, y'all, I'm not no gang member. I'm not affiliated with no type of groups or anything like that. But naturally, for some reason, I gravitate to the Crips for whatever reason. When I was out there in the streets, the first gang members I ever met was Crips, two twin brothers, Rodney and Ronell, right? They was Crips. I just got along, Tar T was a Crip. I met him in Atlanta. Homicide was a GD. But yeah, I just got along with Crips for whatever reason. So anyway, so I end up, going over there where the Lokes at or whatever, talking to them, asking like, yo, what's going on here and this and that. They giving me the rundown of who's who, what is what, and this and that, right? So I got my cell, right? I got my cell assignment. I'm in there. I'm doing my thing, right? So I'm in this cell with this white dude named Herman, right? He was this Muslim, a white Muslim. His name was Herman. So, when I came in there, he was sitting on a bottom bunk, right? So I just instantly went to prison mode. And when I stepped in, I said, get your shit and get at the top. And he looked at me, and keep in mind, y'all, I don't know if y'all know what I look like. If y'all see me in other videos, y'all know I'm a big guy. I'm 6'2". At that time, maybe about 260, the real jacked up like an Olympian god, right? So he looked at me, and Herman, he was a frail little dude. He was maybe about 150, 140, maybe, little skinny white dude, Muslim guy, whatever. So he just got up and rolled it up and put all the stuff at the top. So I said, when is lunch or whatever? He was like, oh, we just had lunch or whatever. And I was like, when is Stowe? He's like, oh, it's every Friday at 5 o'clock. Our dorm get called at 5 o'clock. I said, okay. Now, and I know some of y'all are like, well, Dante, why you disrespect a man like that? Well, why you come in there and tell him get his shit and get at the top? Let me tell y'all something. In prison, I have to say this. It's predators and prey. And that's just what it is. Predators and prey, and I was a predator. And that's how I had to carry it. And in my mind, which is not right, but it is what it is. This is prison. This is not the normal world. Prison ain't nothing normal about it. In my mind, if you are white, and listen again, y'all, because I don't want nobody complaining in the comment section. In my mind, if you are white and you are not a part of an organization or gang in prison, in my mind, until proven otherwise, you are a punk. You are a homosexual. And that's just what it is. So you're going to have to prove to me, and not just by telling me, well, I'm not like that. No, you're going to have to show me that you're not. Otherwise, it is what it is. I'm a roll out the full court press on you, right? I'm going to give you a list of what I need every week, since we go to the store every Friday. And, I ain't got my setup in here yet. Every Friday, I need 10 packs of noodles to sustain me. I need at least about 20 sodas. I wasn't big on sweets, but man, you know, it is what it is. And that's it, right? Now, I know y'all waiting. Y'all like, God dang, Dante, we done forgot what the story was all about. I mean, yeah, what you talking to us is good, but where's the story at? It's here. It's here, y'all. And I'm not going to do y'all dirty. I'm not going to do y'all dirty and say, well, part 2 is on the Patreon, okay? Because guess what, y'all? Part 2 is on the Patreon. And for those that be like, well, Dante, we go to the Patreon and we never see part 2. Well, guess what? I'm going to have part 2 pinned at the top of the comment section on the Patreon, so y'all can go straight over there, click that link, and you'll go right to it, all right? Now, part 2, I'm going to tell y'all exactly what it's going to be about. It's going to be about when my white Muslim cellmate ended up getting himself taken by Big Thomas in the prison shower. So y'all make sure y'all click that link that's pinned at the top of the comment section, okay, for the Patreon. But I'll tell y'all this, though. I'm gonna drop that video on the Patreon, so when this come out, and this video go off, just click the link and y'all can watch it on the Patreon. But I will drop part 2 on this channel. Okay? So be on the lookout for it. With that, y'all, matter of fact, part 2 is dropping on this channel Friday at 9:30 a.m. With that, y'all, I'm out.
So I just got put in the bullpen. So when I got in there, it was about 60 guys up in there. Now, when you first go into the bullpen, there's a sign that says capacity 25, right? It's like 60, 70 dudes up in here. So I'm like, man, all right. So when I get in there, everybody is everywhere. I'm talking about dudes laid out on the ground. All the benches is taken. It's dudes that's lumped up over here, dudes over here, grouped up over here. It's so many cats up in there, y'all. So when I step in, it's really ain't no room, nowhere. And if y'all ever been to the bullpen, y'all know that you can't really lay down in there. But dudes is packed in there like sardines. So I'm literally standing here at the door. Now, I know I could be in here for maybe a day or 2 days, and I'm like, nah, this ain't gonna work for me. And keep in mind, there's 3 bullpen tanks, right? And they all packed out. So I'm like, it's Friday. You ain't about to see no judge or anything till Monday, right? So I'm like, all right, whatever. And I'm also like, I'm not about to be standing up neither. Somebody gonna have to give up their seat. Somebody gonna have to give up their spot. Whatever the case may be, somebody gonna have to give it up, right? So I'm just scoping, looking around, right? And then I see this white dude named Dylan that I knew from the streets, okay? Now, Dylan was a good kid. Dylan was one of the white boys that acted black, but he didn't act like he was a tough guy. You know the white guys that grow up around black people, but they don't act black, but they still got a little spunk to them. That's how Dylan was. So I see him and he see me, but he got like writing on his face and stuff. So I'm kind of confused because I'm seeing him from way across the room, right? So I don't know what tattoos that he got on his face, because last time I see him, he was barefaced. He didn't have no tattoos on his face like myself. So I'm looking across and I'm like, what up, Dylan? He was like, oh, my boy Dante. Now, when he spoke, now keep in mind, y'all, I haven't seen Dylan in like 5 years, right? But when he spoke, he had a little extra to it. You know what I'm saying? It was like extra. So I'm like, what up? So he started walking towards me, stepping over guys. Dude, like, man, watch out, man. So as he's getting closer to me, I'm seeing the tattoos more clearer on his face. And they are Crip tattoos. Now, in Flint, Michigan, I never seen no Crips,
okay, in Flint, Michigan, when I was growing up, it was hoods, you know, Merle Hood, Pearson Hood, Fifth Ward, the Projects, the Regencies, Selby Hood, you know, it was hoods, right? If it was gangs, I couldn't tell you if it was. I wouldn't know, right? So how can I forget about Dayton Hood? But anyway, it shocked me because he had Crip tattoos on his face. So I'm looking, I'm like, what? So he's like, man, what's up, my Donta? Right? So, you know, we shake hands, whatever. I'm like, what's up, man? I'm like, what you doing here? He was like, man, I popped somebody. I was like, you popped somebody? He was like, yeah, man, they were trying to rob me. I said, man, look at you, Dylan. I'm like, how you been? He said, I've been good, but man, they talking about giving me natural life. I'm like, for popping somebody that tried to rob you? He was like, well, it really wasn't. But I'll just tell you. Now, what I'm about to tell y'all, you should never do in lockup. Never do this in lockup. Do never tell nobody about your case, because there's dudes that will listen to you, get a hold of a detective, and then get a hold of the prosecutor to jump on your case and get them information that you done told them, and they will get a time cut if you get convicted. So never do this, okay? So he telling me like, no, actually, me and my homeboy went to go rob somebody, and when we robbed them, his homeboys was coming around the corner, and we got into a shootout or whatever. But, you know, we gonna keep that between us. I said, so did the person die? He was like, yeah, he died. I said, damn, Dylan. He said, nah, but that ain't nothing. That ain't nothing to a boss. That ain't nothing to a boss. But what you in here for? I said, man, you know what I'm in here for. What am I always coming to jail for? He's like, oh, yeah. I'm like, all right. So I said, man, how long you been up in the bullpen? He was like, man, they dressed me down and brought me back down here. I'm supposed to be going to court Monday, but I don't know why they would bring me down here Friday. I said, yeah, that is weird, right? So 10 minutes to go by, because we just chit-chatting, nothing really spectacular we talking about. 10 minutes to go by and the dip come. Crack the door open. He started calling names, right? We like, thank God, right? So it was me, Dylan, and about 20 other guys, right? And some dudes looking around like, man, hold on, that dude just got in here, man. How he, you know what I'm saying? How he get called out? Let me tell y'all the conditions of the bullpen, okay? The conditions of the bullpen is, first of all, they give y'all these sandwiches. They call them monkey brains. You get 2 pieces of bread, and the only thing I can describe what it looked like is tuna fish, right? It's not a food loaf. It dang near could be that, but it's like a whole bunch of, it's like olives, pickles, maybe tuna fish, some other stuff. I don't know what it is, but it is very nasty. You eating that for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then you getting this powdered milk, right, for breakfast, lunch, and dinner too, right? And the condition is hot in there. There's no airflow going in there. There's one toilet that always backed up. It's horrible, right? So anyway, they call us out. We all line up or whatever. Now, this is the process when you get out the bullpen. You go to like a sub jail where it's 2-man cells or whatever. It's maybe about, I don't know, maybe 20 cells. One at the top, one at the bottom, 2 tiers or whatever. So we get in there, right? Now, there's nobody in here at all. Absolutely nobody in here. So all of us guys that came in here, we all can get our own cell, because it's 20 cells and there's 20 of us that came in here. So we all can get our own cells, right? So we go up in there, and I get the first cell straight ahead, right? I go right up in there. Bam. So I'm in there, and I come out, and I see Dylan talking to these 2 black dudes, right? Now, there was this black dude named Bone from Flint, Michigan, right? And I knew him from the joint. And he was a dude that liked guys. He was like a DMX type of dude, like a real aggressive, always amped up dude. But he liked guys. He liked the boys. He liked that type of people, right? So I see Bone and some other black dude talking to Dylan, right? I don't know what they talking about. It ain't my business, but it looked like the discussion is getting heated, right? So I step out the cell all the way. And he like, hey, hey, Donta, come here, man. So I'm like, man, what this dude got me into? So I walk over there. I'm like, what's up? He was like, man, would you tell these dudes how I was on the street? Would you tell these dudes that I ain't no H? Man, tell these dudes, right? Listen, y'all. He was trying to have me vouch for him, okay? Now, I don't vouch for nobody because I don't know who you really are. Like I said, I haven't seen Dylan in 5 years. Now, what I can say about him is that he wasn't a punk. I never seen him turn down a fade. As far as shooting and gang banging and all that, I don't know nothing about that because I haven't seen this man in 5 years. So I'm not exactly sure what he want me to actually vouch for. And if he want me to vouch for him being a Crip and putting in work in that, I can't. I didn't know that, Dylan. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. I did not know. So I'm like, what's going on? He was like, man, tell them I wasn't on the street. So I'm like, in my head, I'm thinking like, well, he wasn't on the street. So I said, no, he was straight. He was good. So they like, so what about this shit, man? Because I ain't never heard of no white Crip, man. I ain't never heard of no white Crip, right? And the other dude was like, yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. This dude in here false flagging. So I'm like, is y'all a Crip or something? Now, Bone, I know he ain't no Crip. This dude that's a regular dude that like boys, right? The aggressive dude that like, guys. He a homosexual. But the other dude, I don't know what he is. So Bone was like, hell no, I ain't Crip. And the other dude was like, no, I ain't no Crip, but I don't like dudes that be false flagging, right? So Dylan is pulling up his jumpsuit pants like, man, hey man, well we can go there. We can go in the cell, right? So Bone looked at him like, are you serious? Like, look at this little white boy trying to push up on me like that. So Bone was like, man, kids. And then he walked off, right, with this guy. So I'm like, man, Dylan, what's up with that? He was like, man, he trying to press me, talking about I ain't no real Crip, man. I ain't no real Crip, and I need to stop false flagging or something gonna happen to me, bro. I'm like, speaking of that, when did you become Crip? He like, dang, you too, man? You gonna do me like that too? I'm like, Dylan, I ain't seen you in like 5 or 6 years. Like, when did you become a Crip? He was like, man, I've been a Crip all my life. I was a Crip when I knew you out on the streets. What you mean? I was like, I don't remember all that. I said, not to say that you ain't, but I mean, I'm just saying, I don't remember that or whatever. He was like, man, I've been a Crip all my life, man. But anyway, man, that ain't about nothing, man. What's up with you? I'm like, shoot, my bed is good, man. I'm finna go in here and get some sleep. So he was like, all right. I said, hey, the bald head dude, I'm talking about Bone, y'all. He like, yeah. I said, hey, you might want to watch him. He was like, why? I said, cause I did some time with him up north, and he a booty bandit. He bust out and started. I was like, that dude. This dude that tried, now he's talking loud now. The dude that just tried to press me, I'm like, oh man, chill, man, stop talking loud. He making a scene. I'm only finna be in here for 3 days, y'all. I ain't got time to be getting into it with Bone because this dude talking loud and putting this accusation, even though it's really not an accusation, it's for real, because I know firsthand of what he has done up in there. I done seen him do it. I done heard him do things, right? So I'm like, man, chill, Dylan. He like, oh, heck no, man. I can't believe this. A punk trying to check me? Oh, hell no, man. Yep. Let him try to say something else to me. Let him say something to me. Right? I said, all right. Now listen, y'all. At night, they lock the doors. But you can put they gave us sporks or whatever. So if you put your spork right there in the lock mechanism when they lock the door, it won't all the way lock. It'll just jam it, but on a control booth, it'll look like the doors is locked, right? Because they all go red. When the doors is unlocked, they all green. But when they lock, they all go red, right? So it'll look like it's still red, but it's not until you actually open that door, right? So Friday night, everybody got their own cell, right? Saturday morning after breakfast, they start bringing other dudes in there. So now dudes is getting, double bunked or whatever. Bone is talking to Dylan, right? But it seems like it's like a friendly conversation. So I'm ear hustling and I just hear Bone like, yeah, my bad, cuz. I didn't, I ain't never seen no white Crip. But you good though, you good. So, Dylan like, yeah, man, I ain't no fake dude, man. I do this, man. I've been doing this since I was a little baby, man. My papa, my mama, man, they all in that lifestyle. Now that I know he's lying. Because I know his dad is a mechanic and he a dope fiend too. Now maybe he was a Crip too. I don't know. But what I say, no, he wasn't no damn Crip, right? In space, or his mom. He ain't grow up in that lifestyle. So I know he was lying about that. But anyway, so he like, yeah, it's all good. He was like, hey, well, I might want to be a Crip. Would you teach me how to be a Crip? So I'm listening like, well, what the Bone doing? Oh, I see what Bone doing. Bone trying to get close to this dude. He trying to get warm up to this guy, whatever. To try to, get him in the trick bag. So they talking and he was like, yeah, man, these is the commands. These is the laws. This is what you got to do, which I don't know because I'm not no gang member and neither do I care about all that stuff. But he's telling him all this Crip literature or whatever. So he like, all right, bet, bro. So then Bone like give him a dap, but he bring him into him and like hug him. Like, yeah, that's real Crip love. This what Bone said to him. So Dylan like, yeah, okay. So he walked off. So then I pulled up on Dylan. I said, hey, Dylan, man, didn't I tell you, dude ain't right? He was like, oh, no, man, he want me to bless him. He want me to, put him in, put him down with the Crips. I said, dude, that dude ain't trying to be no damn Crip, man. This dude trying to get next to you. He like, man, what you mean? I said, this dude trying to F you, man. What are you talking about? He like, man, Donta, bro, you tripping, man. You tripping. You done did all that time, man. You state struck, bro. You state struck. For those that don't know what state struck is, they might come in different. You might heard it different. You might heard that you constitutionalized. I said my fault, y'all. Institutionalized, okay? Right? So that's another way of saying that you state struck, that you institutionalized. He like, man, you state struck, bro. Man, everybody ain't trying to be up on that, man. If he wanted to learn how to be a Crip, I'm gonna teach him how to Crip and put him down. I said, all right, man, you got it. I told you. He was like, man, you know what, Donta? On the real, man, you sound like you been a hater. I said, Dylan, you got it. You got it. And I walked away, right? Now, over the next 2 days, right, him and Bone is just kicking it. They eating together. They walking around the day room together. They laughing, they joking, they in the cells. They arm wrestling. They is like they buddies from the streets, right? Monday morning, this is when I'm supposed to be going home, right? Monday morning, they bring about 15 guys in. So now everybody about to have a bunk mate. So Bone like, hey, Dylan, let me go up in there with you. Let me go in there with you. So Dylan like, yeah, all right, come on, right? Because we didn't have cell assignments back then, right? You could just go into any cell or whatever. So they get in the cell together, right? Oh, hold on. I know y'all probably wondering like, yo, Donta, what is that playing in the background? That's one of my prison stories about when I was telling y'all about there was a wedding on the yard. Okay. I made compilations of my prison stories for you people that go to work and you want to get through your shift. I got on each one of these videos, there's about 5 or 10 hours worth of prison stories on there. I'm gonna have that playlist pinned at the top of the comment section. And also, y'all, make sure that y'all check out my Amazon wish list, okay? I'm starting a new show in the fall, but I need y'all assistance in purchasing some of these items on my Amazon wish list. That will be pinned at the top of the comment section too. Let's continue the story. So, Bone go in a cell with him, right? And I say, yep, it's finna start. But hey, I already told him. He ain't listened to me. He said I'm hating on him. It ain't my business. It ain't my concern, right? So I'm ready to leave. It's Monday. I don't post it all. I would have, if I got locked up Monday, I would have been out Tuesday, right? But you get locked up on a weekend, you can forget it. So I'm just, that whole day, I'm just anxious, waiting for my name to get called, right? Now, when it's about 9 at night, you can forget it. Now, nothing really eventful happened that day. Nothing really happened that day, right? Worth speaking about. But Bone and Dylan was in that cell all day. They only came out to eat, and when they came out to eat, they was eating together, right? So it's lockdown. So I go to the car, I'm like, hey, my name ain't on the list. Like, what's your name? Donta. He like, nah, man. Oh, yeah, you scheduled to leave maybe at 4. Yeah, about 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, all right, damn. All right, bet, right? So he was like, yeah, man, you'll be leaving like early in the morning. So I'm like, all right. So I go to my cell, right? So everybody getting locked down, right? Now, around 2 o'clock, now there's always supposed to be a deputy in here, but around 2 o'clock, this guard that's working on the shift on the third shift, he leaves out for about an hour. I don't know what he doing. I don't know if he going to go to sleep in the office. I don't know if he just taking a cigarette break. I don't know what this dude is doing, but he's not in there between the hours of 2 a.m. and 3 a.m., right? So around 2:05, keep in mind, y'all, I'm at the bottom, right? Bone is at the top. So I see Bone walk past my cell. And I'm like, what the fuck Bone doing out of the cell, right? The guards didn't buzz him about anything. And remember, y'all, I told you y'all can jimmy things. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can jimmy, you can put your spork right there at the door lock mechanism or whatever. So I'm assuming that's what he did, but I'm like, why is he out of his cell, right? So he leaves out, and then he's carrying something in his hand, right? And I'm like, what the fuck do he got, right? So then he goes back upstairs and closes the cell door. So I'm thinking to myself, like, ain't nothing in here but the microwave, remote control, the trash can. It wasn't a trash can. What the hell did he have? Right? So I'm like, all right, whatever. So I lay down, right? Because I'm about to go home in an hour. Next thing you know, I hear, man, stop, man. I told you I ain't want to do this, man. I told you I don't want to do this. So I'm like, what? And it's Dylan. And I hear, man, come on, man. I told you I'm not like that, man. Why you keep saying that? So now I sit up on the bed. I'm like, man, what the heck going on? Right? So I hear, man, come on, man. Stop, man. Stop playing. Stop playing. And now I hear muffled. Right? Now you hear his voice get muffled like, right? So I'm like, what the f is going on? So I don't hear nothing. Right, for about a minute. Then I hear, man, stop, get off me. So I'm like, boom. So it get quiet again, and you hear muffling noises again. I say, yep, I know what Bone and them up there doing now. So I'm going to say about 5 minutes to go by, and you hear Dylan, guards, help, help. And then you hear Bone like, man, shut the fuck up, man. Shut up, man. We both gonna get in trouble. We both gonna get in trouble. Like, man, guards, help. And you hear like Bone like probably grabbing his mouth, telling them like, shut up. Like, because it sounds like they fighting and struggling, right? So other dudes start waking up. And they like, hey, man, y'all be quiet, man. What y'all doing, huh? What is y'all doing, man? People trying to sleep, right? So Dylan like, man, somebody get the guard, man. Get the guard. But he really can't finish his sentences because Bone keep hitting. I don't know what Bone up there doing to him, right? And he grabbing his mouth because you can tell he's being muffled, right? So then I hear Bone like, man, shut the fuck up before I kill you, man. Shut the fuck before I kill you. So it get really quiet. And then you hear this loud scream. He was like, ow, 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 right? So now I jump up. I'm like, hey, man, Bone, what is you doing? What is you doing, right? And then it go, so you don't hear Dylan scream no more, right? So with all that screaming that Dylan did, the guard had to hear it. So he come in there like, hey, man, what the fuck is going on? He coming there cutting on the lights. Man, what the fuck going on? So I'm looking like up top, like up there, because they was like right up top of me to like to the right. So I point up there, right? And the other dudes like pointing like whatever. So he go to the cell. He go up the stairs. He go to the cell. He like, hey, what is you doing, man? Get off him. Get off of him. He get on a walkie-talkie. So he's called, well, I don't know what code he called, right? Get off of him. Get off him. Now, I can't see this. I can just hear what he said. Get off him, right? About 2 minutes go by, and it's about 15 deputies running in there. They running there. I'm up here. They up here, right? They go up there, right? They pop the cell. It's a scuffle. I hear them. They beating the fuck out of Bone. They whooping Bone out, right? So I see they done knock Bone out, and they carry him out hog-tied. Y'all ever seen like how a pig get hog-tied with the apple in his mouth? This how they carry Bone out, right? So Bone is unconscious, his head laid back, and he bleeding from his nose, and they carry him on out, right? So then this is when I seen Dylan. Dylan could barely walk, y'all. He had to be held up by 2 officers. It was one officer to his left and then another officer to his right, and they was holding him up, having him walk, right? When Bone walked past my cell, y'all, his tooth was missing, his face was all bloody, and his pants, that smell I will never, ever, ever get out my nostrils. It was so putrid. It was, it smelled like crap and something else. I don't know. It was just an evil smell. And he had his face looked like he was just defeated, right? And I was like, damn, Dylan. The reason why I'm telling y'all this story is because I just seen Dylan at Kroger's, right? And he was with, I guess, his baby mama. It could have been his wife or whoever, right? And he had a daughter, right? A 4-year-old little girl, little cute little girl, right? And I'm coming down the aisle and I see him, and he see me. And he like, hey, what up, Donta? What's up, man? What's up? So we dap. I'm like, what's good, Dylan? He said, man, this is my girl, man. This is my little baby right here, man. This is my baby right here. I said, hey, what's up, princess? She was like, hi, how you doing? Then she ran back behind her mama. And I was like, oh, you got a little cute little daughter. He's like, yeah, man, I'm free. I'm home, man. I'm home. I'm like, yeah. It's good that you home, man. You made it through, right? And I'm like, all right, man, I'm going to holler at you. For you cats out there that's committing crimes. And now, again, I don't know if Dylan was really like that. But obviously, in lockup, he couldn't handle his own. Prison is not a joke. It's not a game. There's evil, demonic men that's in there that want to, that ain't been with a woman in so long that you start looking like a woman. So Stop committing crimes. Stay crime free. Until next time, y'all take care. Oh, wait. Remember, y'all, make sure y'all sign up for my Patreon. My Patreon will be pinned at the top of the comment section. Also, check out my Amazon wish list, okay? Y'all go cop something because we are dropping the new show in the fall. And I'm going to tell y'all what it's about. We're going on an adventure. We finna go track down Bigfoot, Dogman, vampires, the supernatural, all of that, okay? That's what that show is going to be all about. So like I said, if y'all want to show y'all support, make sure y'all click the link to my Amazon wish list and cop something from that list. With that, y'all, this is y'all big partner Dante. Y'all be safe out there. I said out there. I'm sorry, y'all. I know it sounds like I'm stuffed up because I am. I slept with the fan on last night and I'm all clogged up. Speaking of that, let's get the question of the day out the way. Do y'all sleep with the fan on at night? Let me know in the comment section. Till then, I'm out.
So before I totally act a whole donkey up in here, I just stand up and I get up. I'm like, what's up, man? They're like, well, we're not saying that you did, but somebody told us when they was passing the collection plate around, you kind of put your hand in there and took something. Got this white guy over here want to be a hero, where he stretched his arm against the door, like, you ain't going nowhere. You're not going nowhere. I guess he trying to get his forearm up under my neck. So I bent down on him like, right? He like, oh. I said, I ain't take no motherfucking money, man. I put $5 in that motherfucker. What you talking about? So I pushed him, right? Like, man, bag up, man. Over my head and body slammed him to the ground and said, boom, boom. Listen.
Oh, shit. Here we go again. Oh, shit. Here we go again.
All right, y'all. So I started hanging out with one of my female white coworkers, right? And she asked me like, hey, Dante, have you ever been to a Catholic church? And I'm like, nah, I haven't. She was like, would you like to come with me to church? I'm like, yeah, sure. Why not, right? So when we get there, I felt out of place off the rip. Why? Because I kid you not, it was over maybe 70 white people, maybe 10 Asian type of people, and I was the only black guy in there. Okay, now I'm not saying there's something wrong with that. I'm not saying that at all. Okay, diversity is good, but when you the only colored that's in there, all eyes is on me. So, and I came in there just like this, y'all. Black tee, Jabot jeans, Timberland boots. So I go in there and I'm like, okay. And, she introducing me to people. I'm like, okay, what's up? And, all that, give them, cash pounds and all this and that, right? So the first thing that happened before this big brawl took place, okay, nobody told me that in communion, when they give you the crackers and they give you the grape juice, I'm thinking that it's a snack. So when I'm seeing people getting them, I'm like, oh, okay. So I've never been to a church where they give you snacks, right? But I'm seeing people get one or two. I'm like, okay. So when it came to me, I held it down and I just got to chugging, like bam, 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 right? Because they was like little cups, like little cough drop. When you put medicine in the cups, the like syrup, NyQuil or whatever, it's a little cup like that. I'm like, this ain't gonna fill me up. So I'm hitting like boom, 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 right? Down a thing of crackers too, bam. So now there's a white lady to my right that I don't know, and then there's my white female friend that's right here to the left. The white lady looking up, she turned red, right? And my friend, I guess she didn't notice it. Then she was like, hey, you can't do that, right? I'm like, what? She was like, no, this is communion. I'm like, what do you mean it's communion? What you mean? She's like, you supposed to just take one and pass it down. Like, this is for the symbolic thing of the body of Christ. I'm like, my bad. I didn't know, right? So I passed it along, right? So that was on me, y'all. That was my bad. But I didn't know. Okay, I didn't know. So I'm gonna say about 15, 20 minutes go by. Everything it's cool. The priest get up there, he singing some hymns or whatever. I'm like, all right, whatever, man. Now this is where this story takes a dark, dangerous turn. Okay, so it's the offering time. Now, I've been at places where, churches where they come through with the collection plate or whatever. So keep in mind, y'all, and just this, and I honestly believe that I was stereotyped, okay? Because obviously the color of my skin or whatever. But they come through with like this broomstick with this basket or whatever, and they pass it down or whatever, right? And I'm seeing people I get my little $5 or whatever. I put my little $5 out. I'm about to put it in the basket. So they pushing this thing through, right? I put my little $5 in there, right? The lady to the right seen me put my $5 in the basket. Bam, right? And then the basket keep going. Why about 8 minutes go by and now they sing a hymns again or whatever. Two ushers come behind me, and there's an usher on the right of me, and then the usher coming this way to the left where old girl at. And they like, hey, could you come with us? And I'm looking forward, but I see them in my eyes. I'm like, and then you talking to me? They're like, yeah, could you come with us? But the way that he said it was like kind of stern. I'm like, nah, what's going on? They were like, we really want you to come with us right now. I'm like, right now? See, let me tell y'all something. You can ask me to do something, but if you try to be demanding, see, I'm a prison dude, okay? I'm an ex-convict. You speak to me with respect, right? So I'm like, for what? What does this matter? Now, my voice may have elevated because I'm irritated. I'm trying to listen to what this priest is saying. And you got these 4 white ushers up on me. I'm like, what's happening? What's up? They're like, you need to come with us now. I said, man, hold the fuck up. Yeah, it was my bad, y'all. I need to work on my temper. And I may have cussed. I didn't mean to, but I did cuss. I'm like, man, hold the fuck up. Who the fuck you niggas talking to? Right? So now everybody looking. I'm talking about people's faces turning red. People looking like, what's going on over there? So before I totally act a whole donkey up in here, I just stand up and I get up. I'm like, what's up, man? No, they like, just come with us, please. Just come with us. So I'm like, all right. So, my white female friend, she's like, hey, what's going on? What do y'all want with him, right? I'm like, hold on, chill. I got this. Because believe me, I got this. If it turns physical, I got this, right? So I'm walking over here to the right. So we go to the back of the church, right, where the double doors at, whatever. I'm like, what's happening? What's up? They like, well, we got to report that you took some money. I said, what? They're like, well, we're not saying that you did, but somebody told us when they was passing the collection plate around, you kind of put your hand in there and took something. I said, I ain't take no motherfucking money, man. I put $5 in that motherfucker. What you talking about? They like, I'm like, man, no, fuck all that. What you mean I stole? I ain't steal nothing. They're like, look, we're not saying that you did. I said, no, but just why y'all pull me out of service? I'm trying to hear what the priest. They're like, can you please lower your voice? I'm like, I'm not lowering my motherfucking voice, man. Somebody about to get hurt up in this motherfucker, man. Man, get the fuck out my face, right? So one of the white guys like, hey, chill. I said, man, no, you chill. And I punched him, right? Now, listen, y'all. Listen. I may have overreacted, okay?
But they picked me out of everybody and said that I stole from the collection plate. So I pushed them, right? Like, man, bag up, man. Because they was all in my space. And my rule of thumb in fighting, if you is in my arm length right here, you getting punched out. You getting socked out, right? So I pushed him like, boom, man. I'm like, bag up, right? So the other guy come over here to the right of my shoulder, like, hey. When he put his hands right here on my shoulder, my arm stiffed it up, activated, and said, boom. And I followed it up with a left. Boom, right? So the other white guy was like, hey. So I grabbed him by under his nuts, right? Because he had like this robe on. So I grabbed him by his nuts and his throat, and I picked him up over my head and body slammed him to the ground and said, boom, boom. Listen, y'all. I know. Before we go on, y'all, do me a favor. Y'all hit that like button and hype the video up, okay? Now, I know some of y'all wonder, like, Donta, come on, man. You ain't do all that. Yes, I did. Let me tell y'all something. Right now, I might got a warrant for my arrest. So if y'all don't see me uploading for a couple of days or a week, just know I'm probably might be going to jail for assault, okay? But I'm going to get out. I got the bond money, all right? But anyway, so I body slam homeboy to the ground and go, boom, put my boot all in his chest, right? And then the other white guy was like, oh, wait a minute. You ain't got to do that. You ain't got to do that. I was like, listen, I ain't steal nothing. And you motherfucker. And then the other guy was getting up from the guy that I body slammed. And I kicked him in his chest. Boom. Right? And he just fell completely out. And the other guy was like, come on, man. Come on, stop hurting him, man. Don't hurt him no more. I said, listen, I'm about to get up out of here. All right? Oh, this white lady come through. Oh, call the police. Somebody call the police. Right? So you got the doors opening up and, you know, it's other people coming this way. I'm getting nervous, y'all. I'm like, this is the Twilight Zone. I don't know what is going on. Right? So I'm backpedaling and, you know, you got this white guy over there that want to be a hero or whatever. Hold on, y'all. You got this white guy over here want to be a hero where he stretches his arm against the door like, you know, you ain't going nowhere. You're not going nowhere, right? And my white female friend, she right here like, Donta, stop. Donta, stop. I'm like, no, get off me, man. He talking about I stole something and they tried to attack me, right? So the white guy, I kind of felt bad for what I did now to him, but he should have never got in my way, y'all. I felt cornered. So I'm like, get the fuck out of my way. He like, no, you gotta wait for the cops. I said, wow, right? When I socked him out and he hit the floor, it's like I got dogpiled. It was women, teenagers, and men that rushed me, right? Now, when they rushed me, I hit the ground, right? But I'm throwing, boom, boom. I'm giving everybody surprises, pow, pow, reaching up, boom, right? But they overpowered me. So this one motherfucker tried to get up on my back because now I'm on my side, but I'm going to my back. And somebody trying to choke me out. Somebody trying to rear naked choke me out, right? So I guess he trying to get his forearm up under my neck. So I bit down on him like, right? He like, oh, let me go, right? So when he's yelling and screaming, people getting up because I guess they thought I probably pulled out that sword of justice and got the poking, right? But I didn't. So he let me go. I wiggle up out of there, right? I bust open the door. I grab my female white friend arm with her wrist, like, come on. I yanked her out the church. So we power walking, right? We power walking to the car. She's like, what happened? Well, I said, man, they talking about I stole some money. You were sitting right there. She was like, why would they say that? Why would you do that? Why would you do that, Donta? I said, you was right there. What you mean? Why would I do that? She was like, Donta, why would you do that? Why would you steal? I said, I didn't steal nothing. You was right there. So she was like, oh, Donta. So I said, you know what, man, bump that, right? So I took her keys and I locked her out the car and I just took off. Listen, y'all. Y'all let me know. Did I overreact? Because y'all would know better than I do, okay? Did Dante overreact? Or I was rightfully right in doing what I did? Let me know in the comment section. Okay? Another thing, y'all. If you ain't signed up for my Patreon, make sure you sign up for my Patreon. I got the link pinned at the top of the comment section. All right? All my exclusive stories is over there that I can't put on this channel, okay? My Bible stories over there. My supernatural podcast is over there. The prison stories that I can't put on here is over there. All right, so y'all make sure y'all sign up for the podcast. Also, for my gamers out there that like the game, I started a gaming channel, okay? I'm going to have the link to my gaming channel pinned at the top of the comment section too, all right? And for those that want to see Dante act in real time, I got my skits. I started a skits channel and a short movie channel too. So I'm going to have them links pinned in the description and at the top of the comment section. And last but not least, if y'all want to send your big partner Dante a gift, the Cash App is right there on the screen. It don't matter if you send me $1 or $1 billion. It's all appreciated. With that, y'all, thank y'all for tuning in. And I'll see y'all on the next one. And no fighting in church. I'm out.
So I get a call last night. It is my homie Roderick. And he like, hey Dante, man, you at home? I said, yeah, what's up, man? He was like, man, I need to holler at you, man. I need to holler at you right now. Like right now. All right, what's going on? He was like, man, come outside. I'm parked in front of your house, bro. Come outside, man. I need to talk to you, man. I'm like, what's going on? He said, man, just come outside, man. I need to talk to you. So I'm like, all right, man, here I come. So I get up out the bed, put my clothes on, and I grab my gun because I don't know what's going on, right? I don't know if we about to go ride out on somebody or what. I don't know. So I go outside, and he parked right in front of the crib, right? So I open the door and I get in, and he looking straight. He looking forward. I'm like, what's up, man? Now, I notice his eyes is like bloodshot red, right? And his eyes look like he been crying. I said, what's up? He said, Dante, I'm going to ask you a question, bro. And please, please, please don't lie to me, man. Please tell me the truth. I'm like, what? He said, man, did you have sex with my wife? I said, what? He said, man, come on, man, tell me the truth. Don't lie to me, man. Come on, man. Don't lie to me, man. Tell me the truth. I'm like, man, what, man? Are you out of your mind? I said, dude, heck no, man. What's wrong with you? He said, don't lie to me, bro. She told me y'all did. I said, man, hey, listen, man. I don't know what you got going on, what y'all got going on, but don't be putting me in that. And so I'm opening the door to leave out, and he grabbed my right arm as I'm getting out. He said, man, Dante, man, tell me the truth, bro. Don't do me like that, man. Don't do me like that. So I closed the door. I got back in the car, and I closed the door, and I was like, are you serious, man? You really gonna ask me some stupid shit like that? He was like, man, why would she lie? Why would she lie? So I'm sitting there, and then I thought about it, and I said to myself, oh, dang, I did. Now, wait a minute. I know. A lot of y'all gonna be like, well, Dante, what you mean you did? Like, you forgot? How did you forget when you slept with this guy's wife? No, y'all. It's not like that. Let me explain. So, back in, I'm gonna say I was in middle school when this happened. You see, in middle school, you know, me and this chick was friends. I didn't even know him. I didn't even know this dude, but me and his wife was friends. We was like in 7th, 8th grade, right? So we knew each other growing up. And I believe when I was like 20 or 19, we went to a club together. You know, it was about 20 of us that always be hanging out, right? And we still didn't know him at all. and we'd be at the club or whatever. Then one night it happened. It was like a drunk night, and it happened, but it wasn't nothing, right? So I forgot all about it. Now he met her like 5 years later, right? And I forgot. So when you look at the situation, it was like, yeah, but I mean, it wasn't like it wasn't nothing recently, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I said, you know what? What did she say? He was like, man, bro, you just tell me the truth, man. Did y'all? I said, look, man, go talk to her, man. He's like, no, man, because, no, man, that's effed up, man. Why would you do me like that? Why would you do me like that, man? I need that. I'm like, what? He was like, yeah, I need that. So he getting out the car and everything. Look, y'all, it's about 11:30 at night. And this dude in front of my house talking about he need that because he accusing me of doing something with his spouse. So I'm mad now. Because I said, man, this dude is tripping. So I get out the car, right, and we square up. And I'm like, dude, you don't want to do this, right? Because I don't know, like I said, y'all, I don't know if y'all know, I'm a really big guy, whatever. And this dude ain't nothing but like 5'7", 5'8", right? And I'm not trying to do this to him, but for some reason he just, he want to fight. And I'm like, all right, man, whatever. Because, I mean, I can restrain myself for so long, but when you steady advancing on me and trying to swing on me, I have no choice but to defend myself. So I'm like, man, hold on, man, watch out, right? So he actually swing. And when somebody swing and they miss, but you can feel the wind, I said, this dude really trying to knock me the F out. So I back up, I'm like, I said, hold on. He was like, no, man, I need that, man, I need that. So I said, hey, man, chill, because if he would have hit me, y'all, I think either he would have knocked me out or he would have stunned me, right? And I'm not going for either one. So I said, hey, man, chill out, man. So he swing again, and I catch his right arm, right? And I wrap him up, get behind him, and I choke him out, right? Now, I'm not choking him out, to hurt him bad, but I got to let him know, like, hey, I ain't finna just stand here while you keep trying to, hit me, right? So I'm choking him out. Now he tapping. Let me tell y'all something. In a street fight, all that tapping, nah, this ain't no UFC. This ain't no WWE. This ain't no WWF. This the streets. No, you can tap all you want. I'm putting you to sleep. Especially when I didn't start this, right? So he tapping and he foaming at the mouth and all this and that. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to let him go. I ain't going to do him like this, right? So I let him go. So he hit the ground. And he coughing, he spitting and stuff. I said, man, I told you I ain't want to do this to you. I told you I ain't want to do that to you, man. He like, man, that's fucked up, Donta. That's fucked up, right? So I'm feeling a little bad for him, whatever. So I leaned over to help him up. And he hit me. Bam! He hit me right in the nose. When he hit me in the nose, my eyes got the watering. I'm like, oh my God, this motherfucker, right? So he rushed me, right? So we fall on the ground. Now we wrestling back and forth. I eventually get up and I just punch him out. Pow, pow, boom. And I punch him in the face, right? When I hit him in the face, he fell straight on the ground, knocked the fuck out. I knocked him clean out, right? So I go to my porch and I sit down on the porch. I'm all out of breath and everything, so I'm just looking at him, right? So now he comes to. So I said, you straight, man? You good? You want some more? You got your fill? He like, man, bruh, man, when did y'all do this? When did y'all do this? I said, look, man, we was in, dude, this before I even knew you existed, man. He was like, what you talking about, man? Because the way she was saying, it's like it happened like recently. I said, no, man, this was, man, we was like in our early 20s, man. We was at a club or something, and it just happened, man. This is before I even knew you, man. I forgot all about that. So he was like, so So it wasn't recent, like in the last couple months. I said, no, man. Hell no, man. Why would I know? It was like, man. I said, well, why did y'all even get here? Like, what's going on? What did she say? He was like, man, all right, look, we've been having problems for the last couple months, man, and she just been tripping on me, man, and she just told me like, yeah, I F Donta, and I said, what? And he was like, yeah, she just came out and said I F Donta. I said, like, why would she say that? He was like, I don't know, man, but are you sure it was? I said, dude, man, call her up. Matter of fact, come on, let's go right now. Let's go over there right now. So he like, all right, man. So we get in the car, right? And I'm telling him, like, look, dude, I don't know why she would say that. You know, that was like 20 years ago, man. And 20 years on top of that. And he like, man, I just been going through a lot. And, you know, man, she this just stressing me out, bro. So we pull up, right? Now it's about midnight. We go in the house. She's sitting on the living room couch, right, watching TV. And when I walked in, it's like she's seen a ghost. I said, hey, why you tell him that, you know, we been messing around? And she was like, what you mean? And then I was like, come on, man, stop playing, man. Why would you tell him we been messing around? And she was like, we have been. When she said that, y'all, I don't know if something broke in this dude's mind, but he turned and looked at me square in the face and took off on me again. Now, when he swung on me, he connected, he got me, he hit me in the jaw, right? But when he hit me in the jaw, my left hand went out and I grabbed him by his shirt and we fell on the dining room table and I whooped him out. I was whooping him out, right? Now, I'm describing the fight for y'all, so I don't want to hear none of these little gay jokes, right? But I end up mounting on him, right? And I'm over him, and I'm boom, gorilla style, boom, 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 right? Tell me why, as I'm whooping this dude out, rightfully, because he swung on me. His wife get up and bust a vase over my dang back. Boom! I'm like, oh! Right? So I fall to the right side, right? And he getting his bearings. Like, he hurt, so I think I done knocked the fight out of him. But this woman done hit me across the back with a vase. So I'm like, oh! Right? So I'm like, man, what the fuck is you doing? What the fuck is you doing? Why did you not? I'm laying on my back, like trying to get on my side, trying to get up. And she just started hitting on me. Like, she jumped on me and started hitting on me. Now, I'm going to be real with y'all. This is a bigger woman. Like, this woman weighed like 260, 270. A big woman. You know what I'm talking about? I ain't trying to be disrespectful, but she's a big chick. You know what I'm talking about. Now, she wasn't like that back in the day. But now she is. She had a couple kids and whatever. Now she's hitting on me. And my back is spasming out because she just busted vase across my back. And it wasn't no little vase. It was a big old vase. So I'm like, man, what is you doing? So now I'm fighting for my life at this point because I really feel like if this woman lay on me, she gonna try to smother me or whatever. So I'm like, push her off. I'm like, get the fuck up. So look. Let me say this before we go on. I always tell y'all, do not put your hands on a woman, okay? I'm against men that put their hand on women. But if you fighting for your life and you feel like this woman can take you out, well, you got to handle your business. So she's now like, she's hitting me, but she's trying to lay on me and putting her weight on me. And my back already hurt. So I'm like, oh no, this woman trying to kill me. So We wrestling at this point, and I got a good clear shot in. Boom! And I'm not proud, y'all. I'm not proud of what I did. I'm not. But I hit this woman so hard in the jaw. Boom! She fell to her side, right? I knocked her out like a cold knockout game. So, out of nowhere, he like, oh, you hit my wife? You hit my wife? So, now I'm still like on the ground. So, he's kicking me, right? I'm getting jumped. Well, not jumped because I just knocked the wife the fuck out, right? So he's kicking me. You kicked my wife. So this dude literally trying to stump me to death, right? So I end up grabbing his leg eventually, wrapping him up, taking him down to the ground, right? And he hit the ground. Now, I know some of y'all wondering, like, yo, Dante, where the kids at? I don't know where his kids at. And their kids call me uncle, right? But maybe they at his mama house, her mama house. They somewhere, but they not here, right? So I take him to the ground, right? And now at this point, I'm trying to get out. I'm trying to get out the house. But in my mind, I'm like, how I'm going to get home? Because from my house to his house is a good, if I'm walking, man, it's a good hour. A good walk is an hour. And it may be about a 15-minute drive. So I grab the keys and I get out of there and I jump in this car and I take off. I get home, right? Now it gotta be about 1 o'clock in the morning. I get home. You know, they calling my phone, bring me my keys back, bring me my car back. I'm calling the police. You this, you that. You know, you all this nonsense, right? And I'm trying to tell him like, dog, your wife is lying, man. That did not happen, man. That was like 20 years ago, right? So the next day they come over, right? And she is sitting in the car, and he get out the car, and yeah, he got a closed eye. I gave him I closed his eye. So I don't know what he on. So I got that thing, you know, in my waist, because I'm like, if he try to pull out on me, you know, I'm just gonna do him in right here in this yard. So he like, look, bro, me and my wife talked like last night, man. My bad, bro. She told me what really happened. I said, see, I told you, man. I told he like, yeah, I know, man. I was just going through when she said that in the living room. That just, I don't know. I don't know. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I said, yeah, man, I forgive you, man. But, man, y'all, man, whatever y'all going through, man, you need to get counseling or something, man. Because it's like, your dog, man, that could have went crazy. You know what I'm saying? He was like, yeah, but why you hit her, though? Why you hit her for? You know, that wasn't cool. I said, what? I said, man, she broke a vase over my back. And she was trying to strangle me, man. What are you talking about? He was like, yeah, I know, but, man, come on, that's my wife, dog. I said, dude. Your wife tried to kill me. It was like, man, look, man, I know, but could you tell her you sorry? Could you apologize? I said, what? I said, hold on, let's put a pause there. Let me ask y'all the question in the audience. Should I apologize to his wife for, number one, lying on me? That's number one. And trying to make it seem like something happened recently. And then number two, this woman bust a vase over my back and tried to smother me. Right? Unprovoked. I didn't do nothing to this woman. So y'all let me know in the comment section. Should Dante apologize? So I sat there and I said, you know what? For the sake of this friendship, I'm going to apologize. I mean, I'm just gonna say it was me. It was me. My bad for me putting my hands on you, okay? Because this is my guy. This is one of my homies. I ain't got too many homies out here in the world, but this is one of my homeboys, right? So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna be the bigger man. I'm gonna be the bigger man, and I'm just gonna apologize, right? So she get out the car with her arms crossed, right? Like I owe her something. So I'm like, hey, I apologize for last night. She was like, yeah, I'm sorry too. And she just got back in the car. So he was like, we good? We straight, D? I said, yeah, man, we good. We straight. So he was like, can I get my car back? I said, yeah, man, here, man. I gave him the keys or whatever, right? So he was like, I'll holler at you later. The things that go on in my life, y'all. The things that go on in my life. I think I'm gonna have to start, getting new friends, or maybe not even have friends, because it seems like every other week there's something going on in my life that is like beyond belief. It's like, first of all, why would you tell him that we was doing something like recently when that happened like 20 years ago when we was kids? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I keep finding myself in these predicaments. And one day, either I'm going to get hurt real bad or go to jail, or I'm going to hurt somebody real bad and go to, you know what I'm saying? And I don't want to do neither. I done did my time. I don't need to be getting locked up at the age I am now for no foolishness, especially nothing like this. So y'all let me know in the comment section. Do y'all think Donta need new friends? Do y'all think Donta need to let his homies go? Or do y'all think that maybe it's not me, it's them? So I guess that's the question of the day. Is it me, y'all? Or is it them? Who was in the right? Who was in the wrong? And let me know why in the comment section. And if you ain't hit the like button yet, hit that like button. Also, the Patreon is pinned at the top of the comment section, all right? Listen, y'all, I'm making a new show that I think y'all will really like, okay? But I need help getting the equipment. So I'm going to put my Amazon wish list pinned at the top of the comment section. So for those that want to contribute to my next show, make sure y'all click on that Amazon link right there and y'all purchase something out the cart for your big partner, Donta. With that, y'all, it's highly appreciated. I'm out.
So I was like, you must be out your motherfucking mind, man. Get your motherfucking hands off me. So I grabbed them like this and I threw them up on the vegetables and started pounding them out like boom, boom, boom. They called me later on that night talking about repressing charges and don't come back to work.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
I don't know if y'all know or not, but I actually work at Walmart third shift. Well, now I should say I used to work at Walmart third shift. So I go in last night, and for the last 3 weeks, my manager been on me. Now, before we go on with this story, let me ask y'all a question. What do you do when your manager is a woman and she's a married woman, and both of y'all supervisor is her husband? And this woman been pressing me for the last 3 months of trying to get well, and I've been denied her advances. And last night, which is early this morning, it just reached this peak and it went down, resulting in me getting fired. So, like I said, I clocked in, right, at 11 p.m. And I went in the back, to do the stock, doing inventory and whatever. So I get back there, and my manager named Miss Katie, right? She's a Caucasian female. Let me describe how she looks so y'all can get a good imagery, right? And I know y'all probably wondering, like, yo, Donta, what's that in the background? Oh, I got a gaming channel, y'all. I play Fortnite, Call of Duty, and I'm waiting for GTA 6 to come out. So I'm just putting my Fortnite gaming and Call of Duty gaming out on the channel right now, but the link will be pinned at the top of the comment section and in the description. So make sure y'all, if y'all like to see me play games, go over to check me out. But anyway, so I'm in there and I'm doing my inventory. I forgot to tell y'all what Miss Katie looked like. Miss Katie is about 5'4", 5'5", and she weighs about, me eyeballing it, I don't know, maybe about 260, 270. She's a big woman, a short, big woman. And just for the record, I'm not attracted to her at all. At all. And like I said, for the last 3 months, she been pressing me. Like, she had walked past me, be like, "Oh, how you doing, my Mandingo Prince?" And the first time she said that, I was like, "What?" And then, like, it'd be a couple times when I'm reaching up to get something off of a shelf or something, and somehow, some way, she ended up right there behind me, right, pressing up against me, like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm trying to get this over here." You know, little like that. At first, I thought it was cute or whatever, and I'm like, okay, you know, but as time went on, it got more aggressive. Now, I know. Some of y'all might say, "Well, Donta, why you just didn't go make a report? Why you just didn't, you know, tell her husband what happened?" Because, first of all, I didn't even know she was married at this point. I didn't even know till like a month and a half of this stuff going on, right? And when I found out that he was my supervisor and her supervisor, I'm like, how do I get out of this? Now, what really changed the course of things was 2 months ago. So I'm in the cooler, right? Because we just had a shipment in the meat department, and they had me, you know, unloading the truck and whatever. It's about 15 of us, right? But I'm like, me and her is the only one going to the cooler. Now, I don't know if anybody worked at Walmart or whatever, but they got timers on these things, and you can be locked in here for about 2 minutes top, right? So let me give y'all the rundown. So you got the truck outside with the dock at, right? You got the dock workers right here. Then you got the people that's pushing the cart to us. And it's maybe a good 3, 4, 5 minute gap of alone time that me and her can have in this cooler. So I'm doing my thing. You know, she reading off the stuff, she handing to me the meat products or whatever, or she'll hand me the cart. And normally she's right there holding the door so it don't lock on us. But like I said, it's a safety lock thing in there that'll open up after like 2 or 3 minutes automatically, right? So I go to the back of the freezer to put these hot dogs and these ribs up, and I hear the door close, and my anxiety just shot to the roof because, you know, you see in these movies where people get in the cooler and they freeze to death and all that. So my anxiety just went straight through the roof. I'm like, and I turn around and she's standing right there. Now, I don't know if YouTube would allow me to describe this in great detail. So, you know what? I'm going to do 2 versions. I'm going to do the YouTube version, and then I'm going to do the raw, unfiltered version on my Patreon. And my Patreon will be pinned at the top of the comment section and in the description. She was standing there, y'all. And let's just say she kind of undressed herself. And she said, "I'm tired of playing with you. Come get this P word." I almost threw up, y'all. I almost threw up. And then she advanced on me. Started walking towards me. And my back was against the wall. Like, literally my back was against the wall. I couldn't go nowhere. And she got like this close up on me and was like, "Is you gonna get it? We got about 2 minutes." And I said, "I can't do this, man. I can't do this." And she was like, "Come on." And then she grabbed me and I kind of like pushed her, right? Now, when I pushed her, y'all, you would think that she would get the point like, okay, he ain't with it. He ain't, you know what I'm saying? But nah, I guess she like it rough or aggressive. And she was like, I like that. I like that. Keep in mind, y'all, this is like a 5'4" big plump woman, right? That I'm not attracted to. And she's walking aggressively towards me again. And like, I want that. I like that, my man Dingo King. And I'm like, what? So now she grabbed me like this. I'm a big guy, y'all. I don't know if y'all can tell by me sitting down, but I'm a pretty big dude. I'm 6'2", and right now I'm probably about 240 right now. About 240 right now. So I'm towering over this woman, but she grabbed me like this. I'm like, you gonna get this P word. And I'm like, man, watch out, watch out. Now, I don't know that my voice is elevating really loud. Like, I'm really loud, like, watch out, right? And I guess some people hear it outside the cooler. I don't know, it's because her mind is so wrapped up in what she's trying to do to me that she's out of her mind. But then the cooler opens, right? Our supervisor, which is her husband, comes in. And he like, what the man, get your hand off my motherfucking wife. And I look like this, and she turned around. She like, John, hold on, John. Now, John is this burly, big white dude, okay? You know the big white dudes that got the full beard, like from here, like a red beard right here, and kind of like jacked up, but not buff, but fat and tall and big. Now, he come, get your hand off my motherfucking wife. So he comes running in the cooler towards me, right? And I just, like, cause she's turned around and she got her hands out like this, like, John, wait, stop, hold on, John. And I just take her, like, by her, like, back of her shirt, like this, and I just forward that way, right? And she go flying over there to the vegetables, like, explode the vegetables, whatever. So he come, and he like, oh, hell no, you hit my wife. So he swung, right? And I ducked it, and I came up. I put that right guard up like this, right? But I came up with a killer left, like, boom, 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 bam, bam, boom, 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 right out. So he fell out instantly on the cooler floor, right? So he landed there on the ground. So I step over him, and she was like, why you do my husband like that? Why you do my husband like that? So I said, man, get the fuck off me, man. I said, man, you. So now everybody coming around, right? They're like, man, what happened? What's going on? What's going on? I was like, man, fuck this, I'm out. So I'm leaving out, right? So Miss Katie runs behind me, right? She like, wait, come here. Don't say nothing. We all might get fired. We might all get fired. Don't say nothing. We need this job. I'm like, man, get the fuck off me, right? So now is leading onto the floor. Okay, there's people on the floor, and she's behind me like, come on, doctor, trying to calm me down. I'm like, man, get the fuck off me, man. So then I hear her husband running behind again, right? And he was like, oh, so you still trying to fuck with my wife? And he taking up a swing at me. So y'all, I grab him again. Now, at this point, I feel his strength. This man is weak. This dude is big for nothing. All right, he need to do some more push-ups. But I grab him, right? And I sling him over here. You know what? Y'all know, like, the setup where the chips be at when you about to check out, the big thing. I take him right there and I go, boom, right? And I throw him over the chips, and he like, oh, my back, right? So she like, why did you hit my husband? I said, man. And so now she's getting up on me again. So I just pushed her like that, like, man, get up off me, man. I know. I know what it looked like. The angry black man. I get it, but no, y'all. I was violated. I was violated in that cooler, right? So I end up leaving, right? Now, this was like in the first hour, so it ain't nothing but like 12:51, maybe 1 a.m., right? So I leave and I go, and I get my car and I go home, right? So I get home, right? My phone is blowing up. It's blowing up. I finally answer the phone. It's him. He like, listen, Donta, I know it was a misunderstanding, but just come on back, man. We can sort this out and just come on back to work, man. So I'm like, no, man, f that, man. You tried to fight me in that cooler. He's like, man, listen. I just need for you just not to report this, okay? Don't report this. Because it was cameras in that cooler. So guess what, y'all? The cameras caught her coming on to me. The cameras caught him trying to attack me in that cooler. So guess what, y'all? Now that I'm fired, because I got the call that I was fired by the store manager, right? How should I play this? Because I was wrongfully terminated. Wrongfully terminated, right? So I will be contacting a lawyer real soon. And hopefully, just hopefully, I can get some real cheese out of this situation. Y'all let me know. Did I do the right thing by defending myself? Or should I let the dude knock me out? Let me know. Just let me know in the comment section, all right? With that, y'all, if y'all ain't hit the like button. Also, the question of the day is this, y'all. Let me know where y'all from in the comment section. Put your city, your state, or your town, or your village, or your neighborhood in the comment section.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.